Hello, hello, hello. I just like an idiot. I just started a stream, and thankfully I checked early on to make sure the audio was good. It was not good. It was like fucked for 2 minutes. Okay, but now it's good. Now the audio is good. Okay. Hello. Hi. Um, I'm Zay Kanashi. If you don't know me, last week I dropped an album called "You Get What You Deserve," and I'm just I want to get into this right away because this is gonna be a long ass video. I'm breaking down the entire album from start to finish, which is something I've never done before, but I've always wanted to do with every other like project, song, everything. But yeah, this is I consider it my debut album, even though I have like six different albums. I have Lost in Tokyo, Saffron City, A Never Ending Story was an album, and then now it's kind of an EP. Stop Running Away, Maybe It's Better This Way, Back to Square One. And I feel like all of them have slowly built onto each other to kind of just lead. It all leads to this moment. It all leads to what we got now. And for anyone who doesn't know, I have another channel where I just game and stuff, Jose Third Gen. I talk, and I made a video basically explaining, in detail stuff that's been going on in my life, how I've been feeling, and stuff that also contributed to the creation of this album. Um, Also, side note, because I know I'm gonna forget. This is Kenny. Say hi to Kenny. He's gonna be joining us for the duration of this long ass stream. But I made a video, and I'm basically I still am like tapped out of being in the internet public sphere, trying to like do all this content stuff. It's very demotivating right now, and it's not something I want to do. So yeah. That being said, I did also just drop a song earlier today on SoundCloud. I'm gonna put it on all platforms. I don't know when. Within the week, I guess. I don't know. But I've realized as much as I want to give up music, I always like say I'm gonna give it up when something happens, just because it's like very vulnerable. It is a very vulnerable, open, honest thing. And that is the number one thing I find myself kind of retreating back to when I say I'm not going to. When I say I'm done, it's like, nah, something always pulls me back in. So I feel like I'm gonna still be putting out music. I just like don't I'm not in a phase where I want to worry about promoting it. And it's scary because you kind of worry about the things that you say a lot of the time, or I do personally. And we'll get more into that when I talk about specific songs and lyrics and stuff, because I think like this is just gonna be an unfiltered, like I'm gonna tell y'all everything, how it's been going on and stuff. I feel like the lighting's not that good, but I kinda don't care. Um Maybe I'll do this. I'll just do this. We'll do that. Okay. But yeah. So you might not see my face. I might not stream. I wanted to stream like the creation of this album a little bit, but I didn't want to spoil what was coming for anyone in my life, especially for the person who it's about. I didn't want it to be. I know that's like I'm like a little. Maybe it's a little fucked up to say. I don't know, but I just was like, yo, when she hears this, I want her to hear it in full. I want her to no surprises or full of surprises, like no spoilers. Just hear the thing flat out. Because there's a lot of lines that I'm like, yo, this line hits. This line's crazy. This song's crazy. This song's that. But I didn't want anybody, especially her, to kind of hear anything and be like, oh shit, he's doing that. He's got this sound coming up. He's got this. But yeah, first, let's talk about the actual album itself. Basically, damn, where do I begin? Okay, You Get What You Deserve. You Get What You Deserve is actually a It's not it it's the this is the album that has come out is the third iteration of the album. There were two other versions of this album before I settled on this. The first version was called Speculum Animi. And that was actually the song that I was working on. I'm scared to like open any of these tabs. I'll just open this one. I'll open this one because yeah. Oh look, it's spoilers what we're about to get into. But let me open window screen. No, it is window. Open window. Add a new source, gang, please. Let me kind of get no. Please go back. Oh my god, dude. Trying to open this. Okay, open it up on its own thing. Right here. Okay, I did not think this shit was gonna take up the whole damn screen. Yeah, hang on. Just pulled up, play the track. There's no. There is no track. This is like a breakdown of the album that I dropped. I'm going by song. But for now, right now, I'm talking about the album. This is gonna be a long ass stream, so you can stay for a little bit. You could stay and leave. You could do whatever, because this is going to be long as shit. Right, we just getting started. But the first version of this album was called Speculum Animi, and this stream was actually the first song. Hang on. I think it's this song right here. Why is it not playing? Gang, don't fuck with me right now. Come on, man.
I deeply hate the person you turned into. Who the fuck is this? When I look in the mirror, I don't know who it is. Yeah, show me you're really for real. Stop talking about change, gonna do that shit. Who it is? Yeah.
So when I was making this song, this was like the start. Yeah, this was the start of working on of any album. This was the start of it all. But the album is called Speculum Animi, which is Latin for the mirror of the soul. So the album was originally going to be discussing this relationship, which okay, now I'm like ADHD. I'm like scattered all over the place. So I'm gonna try and I'll just say you get what you deserve. Basic premise for now, which I'll get into a little bit more in a second, is it's an album about a breakup, pretty much. Just layman's terms, it's an album about a breakup. You get what you deserve. Pretty simple for the title. But Speculum Animi was kind of going to be a mix of that as well as a mirror of the soul. It's going to be a self-reflection track. This song right here is pretty much like me talking to myself. You know, it's like almost like a diss track to myself. Now, when working on the album to start, it was very dark. It was a very dark album. And as you can see, like with this sound is like darker than is like the dark. If this was on, You Get What You Deserve Now, this would be like the darkest song of the album.
Yeah, show me you're really for real. Yeah, show me. Okay. Yeah, show me you're really for real. Stop talking about change, go do that shit. Always.
Like just like the dark, heavy, like I don't even know what that's called. It's not a synth, but like that. Is that like a piano? I guess I don't know. I don't know instruments. That's why like I'm not a great musician. But Speculum Animi was going to just be this. It was going to be a darker version. There's one song on this album that was going to be on this album. And we'll get into what that is in a second. Well, when we get to it. But after some playing around with just multiple different songs, eventually, like, I changed from Speculum Animi. I don't know why exactly I changed the title. But I think it was just like, at some point in this journey, I just thought to myself, like, feels bad about everything. Like, oh my God, everything that happened so terrible. Life sucks, whatever. But it's like, damn, this shit really is like my fault. Like I fucked up. Like I fucked up bad. So it's like, can I even be mad? And then that's when I just started saying to myself, like, yeah, you get what you deserve. And that line, that like phrase stuck with me so much that I changed the entire album name and premise, I guess, to no longer be about like the album is still technically a self-reflection in some parts, but it's mostly just like a story. It's a story album. And yeah, I think it'll make a lot more sense when we get into the specific songs. But just like to close out this overview, the second version of the album was also darker. I could play some shit from it for like sounds. And the outro was going to be a completely different song that also was dark as shit. It was dark as shit, and it was going to be like, what are some songs? Okay, first here's a song. This one's called "Love Can't Die." This is, oh my God, that was loud. This is like the closest. This is like the most finished song from Speculum Animi / You Get What You Deserve version 1.
Baby, it's you and I. Without us, the alphabet's incomplete. Don't scrutinize our loving, cause somebody getting beat if they talking about us. This ain't Nintendo, little baby. No, I ain't playing about us.
Yeah. So like that's an example. It's not done, but it was like the closest thing to a finished song. Like the only songs that I finished are what you hear on the album. That's it. Because I was still playing around with a lot of ideas. So there's that. There was this. This song's called Heaven. And that one almost made the cut. It almost made it to the final album, but I took it off because it didn't fit the vibe. I couldn't place it anywhere in the track list. If I had to add songs to the album, this would be probably like one of the first ones that I had. And mostly because, full transparency, full honesty, this is like a type of song I feel like the person that the album is about would enjoy. Like the super like chill, slow, and that's a reference later in one of the songs on the album. But yeah, so the final song on this album was where like I'm be honest, I don't even know where I would find this. Oh, I do know. Cut songs. Here we go. This right here. So that's like a sad ass like imagine that as the outro. That's the last thing you hear. This shit was depressing as fuck. I cried making the song. Every time I listened to it, I teared up. I cried. I could not listen to this shit. And it was gonna be the outro for the longest time, but I was like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" Like I don't have the capability to end an album that way. As well as I wanted to add a third verse. There's 2 verses to that song, 2 very like strong verses. I wanted to add a third verse because this song was made in the midst of the complications and shit. But when the time came when it was over to like make a third verse, I couldn't fucking do it. Nothing came to my head. And so I was like, I'm just going to scrap the whole thing. But yeah, those are like some of the cut songs, some of the songs that didn't make it. The album, You Get What You Deserve. I love how it came out. I love the track list. Every song kind of like fits next to each other and takes you on a journey. And I'm gonna get into everything because my like the shit that I put together for this is crazy. But yeah, You Get What You Deserve, an album about a breakup that I went through, and a lot of feelings of regret, remorse, same shit, by the way. I just said the same word twice in different ways. But a lot of feelings of, just regret, knowing that you're like in the wrong and there's nothing you could do about it. You just have to kind of eat that. You have to take that you fucked up and that's it. All you can do is apologize, but like you can apologize all you want. No one has to accept your shit. You feel me? And at the end of the day, you get what you deserve. Everything, I'm a firm believer, everything happens for a reason. Wherever you end up in life, that shit, you got there because it was meant to be. You were meant to be put in that situation. And sometimes that shit sucks. That shit is ass. Like you don't want to be put in certain situations, but that's life. It is what it is. So let's get into this with the first song. The first song on the album. This is actually the second song that I made. The second song I worked on. This is the second. Okay. For this version of the album, this is the second song that was made. And this is one of two songs that made it from You Get What You Deserve version 1. You Get What You Deserve version 1, this was going to be the intro no matter what. Like, this had to stay as the intro. Even at times where I didn't really like the song and the direction it was going, I thugged it out and I said, I need to finish this and make it something because I just love the concept too much to give up on this song. If you haven't, by the way, if y'all haven't heard these songs, I'm gonna play snippets of it. I'm not playing these whole bitches all the way through. I'm going like specific lines, which I should actually pull up the lyrics. I should have the lyrics on another monitor, just because. Oh yeah, that opens up that. My bad. Okay. Actually, I'm going to do this so I don't leak anything, just in case. But yeah, listen to the whole album, please. It's good. I promise you, it's good. I'm not just saying that because I'm dick riding myself. It's just a good album. And yeah, but I'm gonna play snippets and just go over the story. So to start the album, it's kind of like setting the tone for everything. One interesting fact I do want to talk about is the beat. This song is about 3 minutes 15 seconds, 3 minutes 14 seconds. It's about pie. This is the beat originally. This long ass 7-minute beat. I said, gang, I love parts of this beat, but some of these parts, like, look at this. Wait, can y'all hear that? Yes, I can. Okay. Like, I'm sorry. I don't want that in my song. I don't want that in this song. What this song is trying to do is not this. That is not what the fuck I need in this song. Let me make myself a little bigger. So yeah. I cut the beat up to only like the slow moment. So right here where that drop happens. I still have pictures of us. I take them down and I put them back. It's just literally like the slow parts of the beat, which I think isn't even, it's not even the end of the beat. Because then if I extend this, which to be fair, this part is hard. This is hard. But just not what I needed. And it's like too long again. And it ends with this. It's like, it was just, it's too much shit. It's too much shit. You know what I mean? So, this is what we got. in terms of the lyrics, a lot of the shit that I said is just factual. Like this was really, especially like this verse right here, the start of this verse.
All I do all day is stare at my phone. I'm waiting for a text back. I don't wanna see a missed call. Now it's about 5 a.m. Ain't nothing changed at all. Somehow it's still in my heart to keep on waiting till tomorrow.
This was like all this first verse, and then this bridge, and then I think like the first line, 2 lines of the second verse, all stayed. And then the rest of the song was uncompleted for like a month and a half. I couldn't think of anything else. But I played around with so many ideas, so many different shit for that second half until I ended up with what I ended up with. But this first part never changed. Like I knew this had to be the first verse because it was like what I was thinking about verbatim, just from my mind onto the song at that time.
Even say they're not in the right. I already fucked up one time, then I went ahead on and did it twice. I take it out on myself. I don't really care about this life. I don't got no drugs right now, but if I did, I wouldn't be alive.
So this next part, this next like line, I actually really like these lines. Like I was like, yo, low key, like I could be a lyricist if I really tried. Like if I really tried to put my mind to the pen and do some shit. Like J. Cole, what did he say? He said something in an interview like he writes every day for how many hours to get his pen better. If I did some shit like that, gang, I could probably be unstoppable. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not doing all that shit because I like going on emotion more than that. Not saying you can't go on emotion if you write your songs, but just personally that doesn't work out for me as well. But this whole first portion before I get into the next lines, it's really a this is how I feel, but at the same time, gang, I know it's my fault. And it's setting up the idea of you get what you deserve as a whole. Right? That's why it's called You Deserve Nothing Less Than Perfect. You start with you deserve nothing less than perfect, you deserve nothing less than perfect, and then it ends with you get what you deserve. In reference to, you deserve nothing less than perfect. And I'm in this fucked up situation, but fuck it, I got what I deserve. You know what I mean?
Plenty of fish in the sea, but why would I care if I can't swim? Keep me afloat, I don't let go, so I don't drown in all my sins.
I like that. I'm not gonna lie. Plenty of fish in the sea. Why would I care if I can't swim? Like, there's so many women, people out there that that's what everyone says. Like, when you get out of a relationship, when you go through a breakup, it's like, oh, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Gang, I can't swim. Why would I give a fuck? Like, why would I care I can't swim? And it's like, this person is keeping me afloat. I can't swim. This person is my survival. Without them, I'm going to drown in my sins type shit. That like 2 bars, I thought it was strong. Y'all might be looking at me like, either y'all got it and I'm just over explaining some shit, or y'all didn't get it and y'all like, oh, that's it. But I thought that was slick. I thought that was cool. The majority of this song, you'll notice, does not have any backing tracks until we get to the third verse. And then there's some right here.
In the morning, right there when I wake up, hair undid, legs around me, and a whole face with no makeup. Wait a second.
The verse, I was playing with the idea of putting background vocals on it. Is this one of them? Oh yeah, like
I already fucked up one time, then I went ahead on and did it twice. I take it out on myself. I don't really care about this life. I don't got no drugs right now.
But the reason why I took them out is because I feel like this first verse, what I'm saying is just so raw and so intentional. I could not. There was no reason to add any backup shit. And then having to mix it and figure out. Because if I did mix it, it was going to be low as shit and there was no point in it being there. I had zero reason to add any background vocals here, especially when we get to the last line.
It was never on purpose. You the one I wanted all my life. That was never uncertain. You deserve nothing less than perfect.
Like, that line, I love that line. I love the ending of that verse into the bridge. Oh my God. I needed it to just stand out. Now, the third verse, because the second verse, I'm not going to say it's filler. There's no like filler on this album. But really everything is kind of just the setup and building the waves to get to the third verse. which
so that's why I just come right back to make you laugh and act like shit ain't happened.
I knew I had to like go high with it. I knew I had to go high. I knew I had to yell. I knew I had to elevate. There was no way this song ended how it started on some chill shit. I knew I needed to go crazy with it. Let me make sure again that the stream works just in case. But while I do that, listen to the shit.
So that's why I just come right back to make you laugh and act like shit ain't happened. Cause baby, there ain't no life without you right there by my side. I'm saying it's tragic. Actually, baby, I have a
Yeah. So I knew what I had to do for this song. I knew the assignment. It took a while to get there. I'm looking at the lyrics trying to see if there's anything particularly I need to point out. I think this intro song, everything needed to just be straightforward. There's nothing really besides like, you know, the plenty of fish in the sea thing, the metaphors there. There's not really a lot of metaphors or anything that you kind of need to take a step back and be like, "Ooh, what did he say? Oh shit, let me," like, everything is straightforward. I didn't want to be, it's like a confession. It's like just a confessional. I'm just laying everything out. Listen to what I have to say. You know what I mean? And I wanted that to set the tone for the album, to show like this shit is gonna be real. I'm gonna just say what I gotta say, unfiltered, which I've always done, but it needed to be set up perfectly. You know, I need to let it be known like this album is going to be me trying to admit my faults, take accountability, and do as much as I can while also expressing like, damn, but this is how I fucking feel. Like, this is how I feel about the shit that's going on. This is how I feel about the situation in my life. The point of which I am at right now. So there's that. Now the next song is called Be Free. Be Free is the first song, is the only song to stay on every iteration of the album. When it was Speculum Anemi, like I mentioned earlier, it was supposed to be the second song on that album as well. It was supposed to be that intro song that I made on stream that I showed. Then this. Then when I swapped out the intro, I was like, well, this is still a track 2. Everything about this song for me gives track 2. It needs to be the second track of the album, no matter what album it's on. And this is the only one that survived every version of the albums. And there's something here that I don't think a lot of people get or understand. But let's go. So this is Be Free. Oh wait. Completely forgot I need to put the Vox Single thing on here. Did I save the other thing, by the way? Because I did not mean to do that. If I did, I did. I did not mean to save that. Okay. But anyway. So this whole thing was, because it was so early on, this is like one of the more unfiltered songs on the album, where like this kind of was made, not kind of, this was made just as a, this is specifically for you. I don't care who else hears this. This is just me saying what I need to say for you, for the person, for my ex. You know what I mean? And so there's a lot of shit in here that a lot of people won't catch on to. It just kind of sounds like shit that I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like this part right here. How crazy am I? Like, that's something only she'll get. And this part, the main part of the song, the hook of the song right here. Oh no, it's not over. So this part, these two lines.
road ahead. I know you'll keep on going past even when our street ends. Baby, I just hope you'll be free. And
Be free and street ends are the most important lines of this song. Basically, when you have, I probably should have got it. When you have, those necklaces that kind of go together and it's like the best friend shit. And then when you put, you give one half, one person has one half, one person has the other half. When you put them together, it says best friend, best friends. But then when you take them apart, one side says BEFRI, which is be free. The other part says STENDS, which looks like street ends. Like, how street gets abbreviated to ST. So that was like an inside joke we had, which is why that is the part. Like, a lot of people I feel like won't get that right away. But that, like, that was the main thing. And I had ideas of this being the hook or being the single to the album at one point. Before I was just like, no singles. I'm just going to release this bitch fully as it is. But what would have been the cover would have been both sides of both parts of the necklace. So you'll see like be free, street ends. But obviously I only have one half. And I would have to buy the other one. I didn't know where to buy. I didn't know where to buy it. And then, like I said, I wasn't doing a single anyway. So this song, it kind of, I'd say this is like we're in the static part of the album where the story is relatively like linear, relatively in line with everything. Where this part is a follow-up to the other song where it's still talking to the person, still a confession of sorts, but getting to the point of almost acceptance. Not really acceptance, kind of like faking acceptance of like, hey, fuck it. I don't want you to go, but if you're going to go, I hope you're happy. I hope you're free. I hope you live your life.
I know you'll keep on going past me and I'm dead serious when I say I'll never love anyone again. I know that ain't your problem, babe, don't worry about a thing. I can never blame you for anything, baby, know you were amazing. Honestly, I hate it, cause I know I fucked up bad. I lay in the bed I made every night, asking God for another chance. I say I won't turn back time, no, I wouldn't do shit again. But when it comes down to me and you, baby, I would do anything for that.
So this part of the song is, first of all, I love this verse. This verse flows. This verse's flow is, I lay in the bed I made every night asking God for another chance. Like, it's hard as fuck. But it's like, you see the what I'm talking about of, it's like, hey, I know I fucked up. I want another chance so bad. Like, it's showing like kind of the what's it? Oh my God, I can't think of the word. But like the outcome of everything. Like, oh, we got here. This is like the fallout. There we go. The fallout of it all. Of like, I'm not gonna love anyone again. I loved you more than anything, which is themes that will come up again later, but this is like the start of it. And it's kind of presented in a more chill fashion than what inevitably turns out into some like crazy ass lines, crazy ass shit. But yeah, I mean, this whole song is kind of like almost like an inside joke in quotes, like an inside reference, where it's like a lot of people won't get this because it's not meant for a lot of people. Like, it's meant for everyone to listen to and to enjoy and be like, oh my God, that flow right there on that part right at the
amazing. Honestly, I hate it, cause I know I fucked up bad. I lay in the bed I made every night asking God for another chance.
Like, it's meant for people to be like, oh shit, that's hard. But for the most part, a lot of people aren't meant to get it, But yeah, it's the fake acceptance of, I feel like, I don't know if everyone goes through this, but a lot of people I feel like go through that motion of when you're going through a breakup, there's a moment where you're just like cool with it. Like, there is a moment where you're just like, hey, fuck it, that's life. Shit happens. Like, soon after. But then once you start really reflecting on everything and you realize what's going on and you take a step back, then you're like, wait a minute. What the fuck? What the fuck is happening? And I think that's what this song is meant to be. It's right before it gets into hang on, wait. What's happening? Side note as well, this is the for anyone who hasn't heard the song, this is the bridge for the song.
How crazy am I? How crazy am I? I think about you every night. They say I don't have a chance. Somehow I still think I might. If we don't run it back again, might as well take both of our lives. That's how crazy am I? How do I start this?
That was not originally the hook. For the longest, the hook was actually. Let me not even do that. I'm not. That's too much work. I'm just gonna get the other file. I'm just going to get the other file because it's so much easier on me. Originally, this is what the hook was, and I changed it because I didn't like it.
Honestly, if it was in hand, promise me until you maybe batcha crazy. How crazy am I? How crazy am I? But thinking about you 24/7, baby, and I'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting till you're mine until the day that I die. That's how crazy am I.
But I didn't like that. I don't know why it never sat well with me. It never fit in my mind. And so after like having that be the bridge for like 2 months, I finally changed it. But yeah, the whole concept of this song is also the acknowledgement of like, I'm crazy as fuck. I am crazy. I will do anything to get you back. I will do anything to right my wrongs. And kind of that dichotomy of how crazy am I? How far am I willing to take this? While also trying to be the bigger person and say like, I'm gonna let go. I'm gonna let you do your thing. Hey, it was fun while it lasted. Goodbye. You know, like trying to fake that reality. Trying to fake what the reality is. So far, both songs extremely straightforward. Then we get into one of my personal favorites. And I think like the most streamed song on the album right now. Judge Me Now. And I love this song. I love this song. This was the first song I finished. Out of every song on the album, this was the first one, front to back, that I was like, okay, this one's done. You know, like I went through every song. I'm like an ADHD super like autistic, where I'll go through songs and I will start working on a song. Maybe I'll do the hook, half of a verse, and I'll be like, I'm bored. I can't think of anything. And I'll switch to another song. And then I'll switch to another song. And I'll switch to another song. This is the first one that out of like switching back and forth between multiple songs, that I finished. And Judge Me Now, it was hard to get the verse down. It was hard to get the idea fully down. Because what the point of this song is like, okay, now the relationship is over. We've established that. We're 3 songs in now, but the first 2 songs kind of, we get the point. Now this is then outside perspective. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. But the relationship is done. Now other people on the outside are going to have a perspective on it. Right? Other people are going to hear whatever. They're going to have their thoughts, their opinions. And this was kind of me going through that phase of, or that thought process of like, damn, there are some people who I've never met who will like hear about the situation, hear about like what happened, and that's whatever mistake you made. I'm fucking holding a razor for nothing. Whatever mistake you made, whatever happened in that relationship, and fuck my relationship. Pause. Wait, not like that. I just mean, wait, no, pause. I mean, like, forget about my relationship for a second. Let's extend it to every relationship ever. Everyone's had that moment where a relationship fails, friendship, partnership, actual like dating, marriage, whatever, where a relationship between 2 people fail. And one person goes and tells their side of the story, says, this is what happened. Right? And by their side of the story, like, I'm not saying like they're lying or they're, it's like their side of the story could be what actually happened, the truth, right? But because you like as humans, everyone is down for gossip and drama, and everyone to some extent doesn't fucking like themselves. Everyone hates themselves. So when and everyone also makes mistakes. Everyone has skeletons in their closets. But when someone else's skeletons get exposed or when someone else is put on the chopping block, everyone's so quick to be like, "Oh yeah, fuck you." Yo, fuck you. And that's it forever, right? And we see it on the internet especially so many times when people get canceled for like the smallest shit. Not like actual like I like PDFs, stuff like that. But maybe you made an insensitive joke when you were like 15 and then everyone's like, "Oh my god, you need to die. Like you're the worst person ever." It's shit like that where you know, you're always being judged no matter what. And I was struggling with that idea of like, "Oh my god, people don't fuck with me. People who I never met don't like me." And I think my anger came into the song like literally the line right here. Right here. No, this one. Fuck. I was close. But this line right here.
You must think that I'm more than a man. All this anger and pain just filled the ink in my pen. Nowadays I got.
So it was like this song was literally supposed to be me kind of venting my frustrations and kind of saying
In my pen. Nowadays I got a lot on my chest. Everybody talk like they know me best. And I don't give a fuck about what y'all saying. Cause nobody could judge me like I can. And I've been thinking about it.
So that's where I wanted to go with the song. Of like, y'all could judge me all you want. I don't give a fuck. Because you don't know me. Like, who the fuck are you? But I feel like I nerfed myself really bad. I nerfed myself hard on that topic because I was like, once again, the person who this is about is going to hear this. I don't want to make a song that essentially comes down to, yo, fuck everyone in your life that's talking shit about me. Like, that's crazy. That's insane to do that, right? Even if there's a logical reasoning behind it and there's, the emotional weight of like, I'm angry, I'm hurt, and this is how I feel or whatever, it's like, there's no nuance in a song. As much as you want there to be nuance, as much as you want there to be layers and whatever somebody hears, they're going to take that message. That's the message now. What I heard, that's it. I don't care what you actually meant. I don't care whatever. So I was like, damn, I need to be careful what I say in this song. And so for the most part, the verse just came down to more of a self-reflection. Like I guess this would work on Speculum Animi as like a self-reflecting track while still talking to the person who this is about. And yeah, I love this song as a song, I think this is one of my strongest verses lyrically, technically, flow-wise, everything. Like, I think this is really strong. My favorite part is this right here.
I bet on myself, looking for well, really I should be self-reflecting. I bet on myself, looking for when I was desperate. I wish you could sell me any ounce of your affection. We went from twins to lovers to not even best friends. Just then, there I go again, fucking up something that's real.
Oh my god, like I spazzed on that. I can't lie. I went crazy. I really like just this part right here.
We went from twins to lovers to not even best friends. Just then, there I go again, fucking up something that's real.
I think like I was in flow state when I made this, but I also love this line. Like the line sticks out to me.
I wish you could sell me any ounce of your affection. We went from twins to lovers to not even best friends.
I love that line because it's like you really like you can be so close with someone, your best friend. You tell them everything. They're there for you through thick and thin, and just like that, they're gone. They're nothing. They're nothing to you, and not nothing as in they mean nothing. It's just like your relationship is not the same, And it's a simple line. Like, this is not like a crazy ass bar. This is not like the water shit from earlier, going through the like plenty of fish in the sea. I can't swim. You keep me afloat. Like shit like that. This is just a simple ass line that hits. And I think a lot of, at least my strong suits, I think, are the simplest shit. The simplest lines that you hear it and you connect with, because it's just so simple. Nothing, it doesn't need to always be a metaphor. It doesn't always need to be some super deep shit. It could literally just be, we were close and now we're not. But just say it with a little more intention than that. You know what I mean? It's like pushing it a little further, but keeping it still at a simple level.
I wish you could sell me any ounce of your affection. We went from twins to lovers to not even best friends. Just then, there I go again, fucking up something that's real. I should leave it behind and start focusing on myself. I don't even know how to go about wishing you well. I see the picture so vividly with somebody else. I hope you call me and tell me I'm dragging it. Actually, baby, I hope you call me and tell me you're happy and haven't thought about me in a while. I hope that God's in my corner and sees the pure in my soul when it's time to stand on trial.
So that, as well as this, I should play this part because this goes into what I'm about to say.
I think it's time that I start being real. I know you ain't coming back, I call your baby still. Fuck, I know you ain't coming back, this shit just gave me chills. I think I should probably go back to taking my pills.
So this whole thing is, once again, a rejection of, like, the idea of, like, this ain't over. There's no way this shit is over. Like, the fact that acknowledging, you know, because on a lot of the songs throughout the album, I address her as baby, babe, I love you, you my girl, da-da-da. And it's like, we're not together. And this is kind of addressing that fact, because I think it does come out weird, and it felt weird when I was making every song and I just say baby as a filler word, because it's like, that's what I'm so used to doing. But I'm like, that sounds off because that's not my baby. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my girl. So it's kind of addressing that, just being like, I still do it just out of habit, as well as because it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like an actual thing. And just the concept of rejecting, like, that it's even happening, you know? Still struggling back and forth, like with the first two songs of, this is not over. There's no shot this is over. And also still trying to, like, being in denial. I should leave it behind and start focusing on myself. Like, trying to let go, trying so hard to let go, which is another idea we're going to come back to at the end of the album. But trying so hard to let go and losing that fight. Losing and trying to be like, damn, I see this picture of you with somebody else, but I hope you call me and tell me it's not real. Actually, no, fuck that. I hope you're happy. I hope he's making you happy. Like, lying to yourself. The whole start of this album is basically fucking lying to yourself. It's lying to yourself that everything's okay when it's not okay. That's what it is. And honestly, I'm going to say this now because I'm going to forget it. I know I am. When we get to the third to final song, The Biggest Lie, it's kind of like that is the peak of acknowledgement, in the sense of, like, the biggest lie. Like, you've been lying to yourself this whole album. You've been deluded into thinking there's a chance, or there's a way back, a way home. Like, and then obviously the lies that get addressed on the song, which is why it's called The Biggest Lie. But just that idea of, like, everything up to this point has been a lie. You've been deluding yourself. You as in me, the author, the songwriter, the song creator. And yeah, I think it's slowly, because it hasn't reached a breaking point yet. Because obviously when you hear Judge Me Now, it's super clear, super concise, flow wise, like, everything it's clean. It's a clean song. And so while it's like you're in a deluded state, you're not at what would be like a manic episode yet. You're not going crazy. Like, yeah, it feels like you're going crazy, but you're still, you can function. The first three songs are kind of just regular, like, level-headedness, trying to approach shit as level-headed as possible, as understanding as possible. I know I fucked up. I know there's not hope for us, but maybe. Like the delusion's peaking out, but still trying to maintain some balance. And I keep saying, like, I made the damn album. One of the main concepts throughout the album is your mental state. The mental state is a strong narrative, like, what's the word? A strong narrative element. I don't know the word. I'm so bad at this. This is why I like was bad in English class. But it pushes the narrative along. Because right now it's kind of standard. The mental state fluctuates a lot. It fluctuates a lot to kind of represent what the fuck I was going through in the month that this album was made. But also, you know, the mental state of getting out of a relationship. With that being said, the next song, She Loves Me Not. The first song that I made for like the series of albums, the first song that stuck was Be Free. This is technically the first song made on the album, or the first song worked on. Because I started working on this song December of 2025. But it didn't have a purpose. It was just kind of like a song I was working on just for the fuck of it. Still kind of like related to my situation, but like loosely. Like the only thing that stayed in this song from the December version is the hook. That's the only thing that has stayed the same. And not even the pre-hook, like the part before the hook. It's just the hook. It's just the chorus. That's the only thing that stayed. But I knew I wanted a pop song on this album, and I couldn't find anything that stuck out to me that felt like upbeat enough. Because everything was kind of slow. Like there's this song right here. Oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to find it though, am I? I'm not gonna find it. Ah, no shot. Damn, I don't think I'm gonna find it. And I don't want to open up the file because that's so much work. I'm gonna type it. If it pops up, and then that's great. But if it doesn't, then fuck it. I'll put it right here while I wait. But every song, like every pop song that I could think of, like even the one I played earlier, Love Can't Die, and an angel with a halo. That wasn't even pop like that. That was more rap. But I was going through just old songs, old pop songs that I knew I had and had been working on, and this one stuck out to me so much just because of the hook. The hook literally carried this song for me. I don't have the shit on, so you can't hear it. Okay. That part alone, like, actually, it was the second hook. Because like the second hook is what made me be like, that needs to stay. This needs to go on the album. And I had a really, really hard time with the verses, and with even the pre-hook. This part right here. Fuck. This part. Yeah, you're all I needed and you're gone now. Yeah, you still hate when I'm leaving, you say to calm down. So I don't know exactly, because the lyrics I was scattered all over the place, going from verse 1 to verse 2 to the intro to the second half of the verse 1 to it was so all over the place. I don't remember what part exactly it was that made me go in this direction, but I think it was literally the first line of the verse. I think it was literally just this. Yeah, you and I go back and forth all the time. Yeah, I've been putting in the work when all the while I've been fighting for your love, I don't deserve it. You push me away and pull a whole nother person. Yeah. So that part is what made me what made me be like, especially because the whole song is, do you love me now? Do you love me not? Do you love me or not? What's going on? So I knew the song needed to be on that premise. It needed to be on this back and forth dichotomy. Is that the word? I don't fucking know. But it's like it needed to be on this back and forth of push and pull. Do you love me? Which, yes, before we get into anything, yes, I fucking did.
If I love you less, then you might love me more.
I stole this line from fucking Love Me More, Love You Less by Joji, whatever the fuck. I stole that. Yes, that is my favorite song of the year. It spoke to me for like an entire month while figuring all this shit out. So yeah, I was like, that is the exact fucking. When I realized the bridge was, I think, the last thing I did. So when I realized, oh shit, this whole song is just the premise of that song, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take a line. Fuck you. Like, shout out Joji. I love it. But damn, bitch, like, that is the song. And so the whole thing was just coming up with ways of being like, okay, how can I portray this idea of, this is like the part, this is closer to the acceptance of, you know, you've gone through the first 3 songs, like, okay, I've accepted it. I love you so much, but I've accepted it, except I haven't. This is the closest where there's moments of, okay, I'm going to pull back. Fuck it. I give up. Not because, like, I don't fuck with you. I love you so much. You're the best person I've ever met in my life. But I get it, right? Like, everything I'm doing, you are pushing me away. You are distancing. You're creating this distance. Fuck it. I'm going to step back. The moment you step back, then it's like, wait. Come here. You know, like, then that's when the attention starts happening. That's when the you know, you get those pieces of, like, wait, are we good now? Like, what's happening? And that confusion, that's what I wanted to get with this song. This line right here, there's lines on this song that I really want to go through. That is a Paramore reference, obviously. I think the most obvious like thing people are gonna get from that is the you are all that I wanted, no Paramore baby, because the song all I wanted was you. You know what I mean? Like, that's obvious. On Genius, when I put the lyrics up, I didn't put Paramore spelled like the band. I put Paramore spelled like the fucking word, because I looked it up. This is how this happened exactly. I said that you are all that I wanted. That was the line. I was like, okay, no Paramore. That was literally the first thing I thought of, is no Paramore, because all I could think of was all I wanted was you. So I Googled, what the fuck does Paramore mean? Because I remembered Paramore meant something. They took it from a word. Paramore means, let me make sure I get it right, because I think I got it. But just in case. It's a secret lover. Okay. Yeah, it's a secret lover. So that's why the next line is, no Paramore baby, love me louder. I don't want to be a secret. I don't want to be a secret. I want you to love me as loud as possible. Fuck being Paramore. Fuck that shit. So it's a double entendre, double meaning. It's using Paramore the band and then the actual word that it came from. And the reason I put it on Genius as the word that it is because I felt like then it would be kind of easier to make that connection, because then people would look up, they'd be like, oh, I thought he meant the band Paramore. Then you look up what Paramore means, and you're like, oh, it means this. Oh, that, like, I thought it'd be easier to come across that connection rather than seeing the band Paramore and then just cutting it off at that. Like, all I wanted was you, Paramore, got it. So I thought that was clean as fuck. I thought that was really clean. Then there's this part, this line right here.
Everything that you want, here I go, in a song. Love me, you don't. Put all my thoughts in a song. Say everything that you want, here I go, moping around.
That's another double meaning. It's kind of harder to get, I feel. I think a lot of people are going to miss that bad. But it's a line that I'm really proud of.
Love me, you don't. Put all my thoughts in a song. Say everything that you want, here I go, moping around.
Put all my thoughts in a song. Say everything that you want, here I go, moping around. That here is a double here. It's double. It's supposed to be like, put all my thoughts in a song. Say everything that you won't hear. Like, you're not gonna hear this song, if I keep making music about this situation, eventually you're gonna stop giving a fuck. You're gonna stop tuning in, and you won't hear anything I have to say anymore. Put all my thoughts in a song, say everything that you won't hear. Here I go, moping around. It's both hears, but only using one. So yeah, but it's the only thing, the weak point in that in those two bars is something that I noticed, which I'm gonna confess, is it sounds like put all my thoughts in a song, say everything that you won't. As in, I'm gonna say the shit that you don't want to say, and you can. I think that's a good takeaway from it, but that's not what I meant. I'm gonna be straight up. I could sit here and be like, nah, that's also a double meaning because that's what I meant. That's not what I meant. Only because that sounds really bad to be like, I'm gonna say everything that you won't say. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. That's not how I'm trying to come off. If that's the feeling you took from the song, and that's the meaning you want to attribute to it, you can do that. I give you permission because, like I said, I also thought of that, but I was like, fuck, that's not what I meant. But it's a real interpretation of it, right? Like in English, when they just be making shit up, and it's like, that's a good interpretation. That is definitely not what the fuck Shakespeare meant when he said that shit, or that's not what the fuck this author meant when they said that shit. Is like a similar thing. It's not what I meant, but it works, and you can use it if that's how you connected to the line. You know what I mean? However, whatever connection you take with the music, take it. It's yours. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. I don't own it anymore. It's yours. I own it like I own I own the lyrics and shit, but like, yeah. So that was something I was really proud of personally. This part right here, I love as well. Just this breakdown.
Yeah, I feel like it's really hard to get with you trying to make me work for it, but I don't break sweat, baby. I gave you everything to give. Even though I gave you everything to give.
I love that part so much. But yeah, I think everything else is straightforward. That the pre-chorus was really hard to come up with, but I tried to go on the fact of the push and pull dynamic, whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, you're all I needed and you're gone now. Yeah, you still hate when I'm leaving, you say to calm down.
So like, you're all that I needed in my life, and now you're gone, which sucks. But then when I finally retreat and I'm like, let me back up, let me get the fuck out of here, that's when you're like, no, don't go.
So should I stay or just leave it, babe? So calm now.
So should I stay or leave? Like, you decide then. You tell me what you want.
I'm tired of playing, babe. Do you love me or not? Now do you love me? Not do you love?
So yeah, a pretty straightforward song. Some lines that I really wanted to explain because I felt like they deserved to be elaborated on. This really sucks. Oh, also like the line of I've been fighting for your love, I don't deserve it. Like, I'm once again the theme of deserving. If anytime I could fit the idea of I don't deserve this, you deserve better, just anything deserve, is obviously that's the main theme of the album. I have to put it in every song, if applicable. But yeah, I feel like so far a lot of the songs have been straightforward. I just like want to get on here, especially to for the most part explain the story, the how every song plays into the next, because the track list was very, very, very intentional. But like I said, like the songs are for the most part straightforward. I'm not saying anything super deep and lyrical. There are songs in the second half that get that way, but for the most part, it's like, no, it's a pretty straight. You can understand most of what I'm saying. There are some lines that I sneak in there, like I said, the Paramore line, the here double entendre shit, the water shit in the first song. Like, yeah, there is shit like that on this album, but for the most part, it's the feeling you get from it. And so now we're kind of at the come down of, okay, this is like the closest you get. This is like, yeah, I'm accepting that it's over. You were everything I wanted. You're everything I wanted in a person, but I get it. It's done. I get that you don't fuck with me. I'll take that. But it's being pulled back in because this is the fourth song. We got to keep going. We got a story to tell. we have a story to fucking tell. So it's like, okay, you're ready for closure, but nah, you got to come back, gang. You're coming back, and we're gonna keep this shit going. Then we get to one of my favorite songs on this album, Change Your Life. these next 3 songs were all conceptualized in a day. Because I found all 3 beats at the same exact time, literally. I found all 3 beats, and I was considering which ones I wanted to be on it, because this was at the point where I was like, this album's either going to be 8 songs or 10 songs. I didn't want to push it. But the more I started creating and making and adding to these songs and these beats and everything, that's when it became eventually 13. But this was the one I was like, this needs to be on the album 100%. 100%. I knew it was going to come after She Loves Me Not. It was so obvious. It's what needed to happen. Change Your Life is kind of a prequel. A prologue. Not prologue. Yeah, prequel. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. It's a before. It's like a flashback. There we go. Perfect. It's a flashback story. It is a retelling. Not a retelling, but like a because, you know, it takes some liberties. I forget the word again, but it takes some liberties, you know, of how we met, how me and this person met. This is basically the way that this song came about. It started with the first verse. The first verse is the first thing I did to this entire song. Not like even like the ending of the first verse. The first 8 bars is what I did. I didn't have an idea. I didn't have anything. I was just like, this is a dance song. I need to make some club shit. I need to go crazy. I put the wrong shit. My bad. Try that again.
I just got a brand new camera, girls, panoramic. Grab your hand and spin you around in circles, snapping all your angles. Now you tryna say it's time to tango, baby, what's your lingo? Why you tryna keep it PG, baby, this ain't Christian mingle. Yeah, I don't need a need free, bitch, I need a real hoe. She say talking cheap, baby, this ain't Mario. She say we gon' CC, bitch, it ain't Chanel. Yeah, treat me like you need me, it's fucking hard to get, baby. I got respect.
So that was what I made. No thought at all. But I was like, this needs to tie into the album. I can't just make some shit. And from the sounds of it, it sounds like I'm talking to some random girl. Which is why, like, I couldn't change the verse, though, because the lines fit so seamlessly. So when I'm saying, like, I need a real hoe, bitch, da-da-da-da-da, like, I didn't want to keep that in, but I already baked it into the verse so well that I'm like, I can't change it. There's nothing I can change about this verse. This verse is too perfect for the song. But that's when we get into the second verse where I started conceptualizing the idea more. And that's why it's...
Is it real of your life? A face card. Yeah, let me get a minute of your time. I like your vibe. Excuse me, I'm trying to slide. You say your name is...
So, the point of the song is to basically be like, in a club setting, in a party setting, whatever, you see this person and you're like, oh shit, let me change your life. Come here. I want you. I see you and I want you. How you doing? It's like the introduction, that's why it's so like upbeat and so happy. It's like, yeah, we met. Let me make sure this is, oh no, wait, it is good. I'm not gonna bug out. That's why it's such like a upbeat vibe. That's why it's like, hey, how you doing? What's good? I'm trying to slide. And it feels out of place, I will admit, because of, like I said, this is like supposed to be a precursor to everything. This is like the very beginning. We don't even know each other yet. I'm trying to get to know you. Oh, that's your name? Oh, what's your name? Shit, fuck it. Let's be Bonnie Clyde. Like, I'm a kill for you. And that's when I had to throw in this line right here.
Change the T to be little baby, we the next Bonnie Clyde. Bitch, I kill for you. Sorry, man, I ain't mean to say that, but I still do it.
And that's when I had to address the fact that I was calling you a bitch earlier, you know? You as in the person in the song, which, I mean, I'm saying that, like, obviously you know it is, but it's like, I tried to rectify the fact that I said it earlier because I didn't mean it. I wasn't thinking about, you know, I was just thinking, like, what would I say? Because originally what it was going to be, another idea I was toying around with was, this could be, like, after the fact. This could be after the breakup where, you know, you're in a club trying to get lit, trying to forget everything, whatever. Hey, how you doing? Da-da-da-da-da. And the first verse is obviously talking to someone, but then the second verse is kind of like realizing, like, damn, I don't care about you. Who the fuck are you? I want my girl back. I want my wife back. This fucking, like, outside party shit, trying to distract yourself and forget about your problems. Fuck that. I want my girl. Like, what are you talking about? But I couldn't figure out a verse. I couldn't figure out a verse in the context of this song, because this song is too like, let's get lit, let's dance, let's party. Oh, I want you bad. To then have a verse where you're just saying like, nah, fuck everybody, I'm in love with this girl, and da-da-da. Like, it didn't fit. So that's when I decided, okay, it's all about one person. It is all about the same person, and we're gonna backtrack. And this is just like, hey, I'm meeting this girl for the first time. I'm meeting you for the first time. Is it real love? Like, is this real, or are we just fucking for the night? You're bad. I bet you get it all the time. My ex, by the way, got that all the time. Like, I was gonna say she was beautiful. She is beautiful. She's pretty as fuck. Bad as fuck. So it's like, yeah, there's a lot of horn dogs trying to get that. You feel me? Like, just saying it. That's why it is here. But yeah, just, admiring. The first verse, I love the verse. It's just, it's like the flow is so good.
I just got a brand new camera, girls, panoramic. Grab your hand and spin you around in a circle, snapping all your angles. Now you trying to say it's time to tangle.
I love this line.
Why you trying to keep it PG, baby? This ain't Christian mingle. Yeah, I don't need a knee.
Because that line is so like, Christian mingle, bitch, really? And it's like, I know, but it's funny as fucking. I love it. I love songs that have that one kind of just eye roller line that's kind of funny. And I needed to do it. I needed to throw that in there. Because it's like, bitch, why are we keeping this PG? This ain't Christian mingle. You know what I mean? Oh my God. And then this part.
Yeah, I don't need a need free, bitch, I need a real hoe. She say talking cheap, baby, this ain't Mario. She say we gon' CC, bitch, it ain't Chanel.
CC, double C's like Chanel. That's pretty obvious, but cheap, Mario, the fucking fish. I just really like this. I like this part right here too.
Hard to get, baby. I got respect for it. You give me less, baby. I'm trying to get more. Girl, you the only one in here.
I just pressed record by accident, but that's a callback to the last song, which technically shouldn't. Actually, no, it doesn't make sense. I was gonna say it shouldn't make sense because I'm referencing a song that technically, timeline-wise, takes place in the future. But then you just rectify that by saying that the song that takes place in the future is referencing this moment from the past, obviously. But yeah, you could tell I worked on these songs pretty close to each other because of the fact that I said that line. You're giving me less, I'm trying to get more. After a whole song of you're giving me less. You know what I mean? I'm giving you less and now you want more. This is kind of like the opposite. Like, damn, you're giving me less, I'm trying to get more. But I respect it though. I respect that you're not putting out. You feel me? I think putting out is kind of like tired. You know what I mean? For both men and women, respectively. So yeah, stay a little reserved type shit. Again, a straightforward song. But like I said, I wanted to get on here and explain the narrative structure of it all. Because y'all probably didn't even know that was meant to be a beginner song. Like the beginning of the story. That is the beginning. It's the flashback scene of, oh, that's how it all started. This is how we met. And we fell in love. And we was having a great time fucking around. But then it's like it turned into something real. It's like, damn, is this going to be a one night, like, fuck around, whatever? No, shit. Like, damn, you're amazing. You're a great person. I love you. Come back. Like, you know what I mean? That's the point of the song. Then we get Beg and Plea, I think, is the next one. I forget, because these songs are all like so. These next three are just like so. In my head, they're a fucking one. They're just one here. Now, Beg and Plea is probably the simplest fucking song on this entire thing. Beg and Plea is quite literally the simplest song because the whole thing is quite literally, if you read the lyrics, if you just go on Genius and read the lyrics, fuck listening to the song, just read it. The entire thing is just begging and pleading. That's why it's called that, because it's just a fucking begging ass song. This is when, like, now the memory of, oh, this is how we first met, the memory of the relationship, the memory of it all is hitting, and now we're back. This is the fucking downfall. We were kind of stagnant of, like, acceptance, getting over it. Now it's, oh shit, wait, this is over. Please don't leave. Please don't. Like, You got punched in the fucking gut. Oh my God, this is real. I love you. Please do not leave me. So much where I feel like when you're in that, I know when you're in that situation, my ears just got cooked. But when you're in that situation, all you instinctually think to do is just apologize. I'm just gonna apologize 24/7. I'm going to beg. That's all I can think to do. You don't know what else to do. Literally. Note, by the way, every time the chorus comes on, or the line that starts the chorus, which is
please don't back up out my life unless you gon' come back and spend the night.
Every time that comes on, it is preceded by, except for like this part right here, it's preceded by some variation of "Please don't leave." Every single time, "Please don't leave" might as well be like the pre-chorus. I say it's not here because technically it doesn't precede it directly, but it's right here.
Words you put in your mind, hey, you would even try to leave.
Like, why would you even put in your mind you try to leave?
You going anywhere, baby? I beg on my knees.
But right here, wait.
You going anywhere?
Okay, it is working. I was about to say, but like right here, I think this is the hook again, right?
Clear your mind.
No. It's over here. So this is the hook again. This is what goes into the hook.
Any answer you like, baby girl, just please don't back up.
Please don't leave. Please don't back up out my life. There's this part right here.
Too late.
Right here.
So have fun, it don't matter to me. Whatever you want, just please don't leave. Please don't back up out my life.
Do whatever you want, just please don't leave. And then this isn't the hook. It's like a fake out.
Please don't back up out my life unless you gon' come back and spend the rest of your life right here, right next to my side.
So it's like a fake out just to continue the verse. But then even when we actually get to the hook again,
Your side, I won't even feel no type of way if you don't pick mine. Baby girl, just please don't leave. Please don't back up out my life unless you.
like the entirety of this song is just begging. This is quite literally, I think this is the simplest song on the album to understand. And maybe a lot of people won't like it for that because it's just like a dance like shit that's just begging. Like, hey, come dance with me. Fuck it. Let's have a great time. Don't leave me. Please do not leave me. And that's all it is. It's all it is just please do not leave. Because that is the feeling I'm trying to portray. That moment of realization when everything finally settles in, you kind of are at a loss. At a loss for words. You don't know what else to say other than don't leave. Please don't leave. 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 It literally cannot get more simple than that. Just because I don't want to end this song completely like early. There's this part that I like a lot. I like this flow a lot.
Start now. I can't lie, your face is all over my walls, babe, I'm hypnotized. Come over and spend the night. Girl, go ahead, pick your side. I won't even feel no type of way if you don't pick mine. Baby girl, just please don't leave. Please don't back up out my life.
I like that flow so much. I love that flow. I forgot the words.
Right now, I can't lie, your face is all over my walls, babe, I'm hypnotized. Come over and spend the night.
Basically, yeah. Highlighting the obsession. Oh yeah, this part as well in the hook. I can't believe I almost just didn't mention this.
Right
here.
Unless you gon' come back and spend the night. Need to feel your skin and pressure in my bed just one more time. We go dancing, lay both hands upon your waist and both your sides.
I love that like echo shit that I did. I think I did it by accident. And then I was just like, fuck it. Let me just make it loud as fuck. And the original version of this, just like one of the mixes, one of the first mixes, that was loud as shit. And I loved it. But I was like, no one's going to like that. No one's going to like that it just completely overtakes everything in the song. And all you hear is time. So I changed it by just making it a little bit lower. But yeah, completely inoffensive song. Simply put, just begging for you to come back, going crazy. This is when like you lose yourself a little bit. You lose your mind a little bit. This is the one. Okay. So now we're at this point. I should pull up like paint or something to show you like on a graph. We're at the point where the album is like stagnant in terms of the emotional state. You're kind of going up a little bit in terms of She Loves Me Not, where you're like accepting it. Plus you're revisiting old memories which change your life. Then it takes it down. Then it goes down with Beg and Plea. You and Me is that moment of clarity again. It's that moment of, okay, maybe begging and pleading and being a bitch is not the right way to, maybe that is not the most attractive way to get in your good graces. So You and Me is meant to be bars. This snap back to reality. And a lot of the lines showcase that. Which when it loads, I'm gonna show y'all that it showcases that. But there's lines specifically addressing, okay, I cannot be illogical. I need to be as level headed as possible to get to the bottom of this. And yeah, I kind of, oh, perfect. I was gonna say I can't really say much more until I get the song open. But here we go. So boom. Fun fact, this song almost didn't make the album. I was gonna put Change Your Life no matter what. Then Beg and Plea was the other one. I was like, oh yeah, this has to go on it. This one I kind of was just working on fucking with it, just like whatever. I need like a break of a song, one that isn't on the album, whatever. But it came out so good and fit so well that I was like, well, I guess you're going on the fucking album. Congrats. You snaked your way back onto that bitch. But I think we're going to go line by line on this one. Yeah, I think that kind of works better for what I'm trying to get, for the point I'm trying to get across.
What we doing, baby, if it ain't you and I? Life without you ain't no better than suicide. See your face now, I don't even gotta close my eyes.
I love that line. See your face, I don't even gotta close my eyes. Come on, gang. Come on, gang. Fuck. Hang on.
I don't trip, baby, this new regular. Baby, you stay on my mind, no, it ain't no metaphor.
That line is one of those lines where you kind of say some stupid shit. Like, she blow my dick like a cello. You know what I mean? And you just kind of have to eat it. Because you stay on my, like, baby, you stay on my mind. No, it's not a metaphor. What I wanted to say was, no, that's not hyperbolic. Or that's not hyperbole. Because the point is supposed to be like, you stay on my mind. You're on my mind all the time. And no, I'm not, like, dragging it. Metaphor is not the right fucking word for that. If I wanted to get vague with it and not say hyperbole, then you would say, no, I'm not being figurative or something. But metaphor was the only one that rhymed. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to say metaphor. It works, I guess. It's same figurative language. Who cares?
Baby, you stay on my mind. No, it ain't no metaphor. I've been thinking about you late at night the way it was. Can we just go right back? I'll give you a second to think about it. I'm getting tired of waiting. I'm sorry, little baby. I need you right now.
So, impatient. I'll give you a second to think. Second's done. I need you now. Come back. Simple. But the verses are where I really wanted to kind of get into shit.
Yeah, you say you need some chill shit. That's what you like.
Reference to what I said earlier when I was playing the Heaven song. I made that song specifically for her because I'm like, I know this is the shit that you like to listen to. You know what I mean? And so this was kind of in reference to that. Like, all right, I'm going to be chill. I'm going to do some chill shit because I know you like the chill shit. I know that that's the shit that gets you. You know what I mean? And this was like a chill vibe, like very mellow compared to literally everything else on the album so far. Like, this is the most chill one.
God knows you and I both don't need a song about me trying to take my life.
I knew, I was like, I can't, like, I don't need to make another Back to Square One-esque song where the whole point is I want to kill myself. I want to die. Because I feel like even if it's true, Like, yes, I'm in a situation where self-harm is real and suicidal ideation is real. Same thing, same exact situation in terms of emotion, if not worse. I'm in a worse off position. I feel a lot shittier than I did when I made Back to Square One. There's no point in me making another song just being like, I want to kill myself, I cut myself all the time and I hate my life. Like, there's no there I don't get anything out of that. It's not even like a, oh, no one wants to hear that, because no one wants to hear that. But it's just also like I don't get anything out of it anymore. Like, I got something out of it before because it's like the first time, like, okay, I'm really putting my shit out there. I'm really expressing how I feel. Not even putting it out in the public, just putting it onto a song. But now putting it onto a song means fucking nothing to me. Right? Like, I might make some slight references, some smaller shit, but I'm not gonna make a whole song about it. And it's like, you don't need that. She doesn't need to hear a song of me being like, I want to kill myself, because then what does that make? As someone who's broken up with someone, if they make a song and be like, I want to kill myself now, you're gonna feel crazy as fuck. You're gonna be like that's some like crazy shit. You don't want to hear that. And I don't want to make that. I don't want to hear that either from myself. So it's like, we're both in position. I don't want to make that shit. I don't want to talk about that. Let's just, let's move past that. Let's just blitz past that.
You say you don't even want nobody right now. Why do I think that's a lie? Now you don't even like my crazy, baby, so why would I waste your time?
So that goes back to Be Free. The idea of being crazy, making a song, doing everything, like going out of your way, like Beg and Plea. This is why it comes right after Beg and Plea, because Beg and Plea is fucking insane. That's an insane song. Like, from the perspective of someone just begging, pleading, please, please, please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. Constantly. It's like, you would look, if outside looking in, if you saw someone doing that to someone else, you'd be like, that guy's insane. That girl's insane. So now it's like, okay, you don't even fuck with me being crazy. Like, at first, at the start of it all with Be Free, it was cute. It was like, oh, you're crazy for me. I like that. I'm going crazy for you. This is like cute, whatever. But now it's like, okay, I'm self-aware. This is where like I said, this song is the self-awareness of it all. I'm self-aware enough to realize I'm taking it a little bit too far. This crazy shit is like, I could see like you're being put off by it. Fuck, I need to pull back. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I am bugging. Maybe I am bugging. Maybe I'm bugging.
You and I been down for a minute, it's sad, I know. I still want you back, but I swear I'm still trying to be rational. I can't go to your crib and crash, baby, that feels unnatural. Fuck, you and me could've been friends, but I couldn't keep shit casual.
So that's basically saying, like, I'm trying to get you back. Like, I do love you. I want to get you back. I am crazy about you, but I'm being realistic. I know I can't just be crazy all the time, 24/7. That's not going to work on either of us. It's going to make me feel insane, and it's going to make you be, like, turned off. You know what I mean? I can't, like, go to your crib, just show up and be like, hey, I'm downstairs. Like, it worked before. It was like, like I said, like, oh, wow, we're crazy, haha. But after a while, it's kind of like, okay, let's think about this, Fuck, what was the other line? Oh, yeah. You and I could have been friends, but I couldn't keep shit casual. Just like the idea of, it didn't even have to end in terms of the connection. We could have been friends, but that's not something I could do, It's not something where it's like, I know, we're friends, whatever. Okay, we could be friends, but in the back of, no, not even the front of my head, in the front of my mind, I'm going to be like, but I love you and I'll do anything for you and I want to be with you. And then when you inevitably, like the idea that gets brought up a lot on the album of, if you meet someone else, I'm going to go fucking insane. That's going to hurt more than anything. So yeah, I think the second verse, let me see the second verse actually. There's nothing really in the second verse that I feel like I need to break down. It was really more so the first verse and parts of the hook. But yeah, this song is the kind of taking it back to reality for a second, trying to be like, okay, I sense that I'm fluctuating. I sense that it's not really going my way, or my way in the sense of how I envision it, which is, I apologize a bunch. I tell you I'm going to be different, and then I make the changes that are necessary, and then we just go on our merry way and we rebuild. Takes some time, takes trust, it takes whatever, but hey, fuck it. But then, you and me is like, okay, I see that this is like that's why it's the half point of the album. This is like the official turning point. No Kirk. Am I gonna get like sent to prison for that now? Because I made like a whatever. I'm not gonna open that fucking bag of worms right now on this fucking album review that I've been doing for an hour and a half and we're only halfway through. Oh my god. Next song is Cut Off the Old Me. Cut Off the Old Me stemmed from the idea of, you fuck up, you make a mistake, and you don't want to live in the mistake, and you don't want to be seen for that. And you don't like the person that you were. You grow from it. I just fucking eared myself again. But you grow from it, you change, you learn, And so this is like an acknowledgement of, yeah, I don't like who I was either. Great, we are in agreement there. I don't like who I was. I'm willing to change and cut that person off and show you like that is not who I am, I am not my faults. I am not my flaws. I am bigger than that. I'm greater than that. And let me pull up the lyrics once again. See if there's anything I wanna. Oh yeah, and this part goes into more of what I was talking about on Judge Me Now on the hook, where
face flush, fuck love, how I'm living. Everyone you know they trying to paint me as a villain. Like I'm the type of person deserving of being killed. I don't even say they wrong nowadays, that's how I'm feeling. So I cut off the old me, 'cause
yeah, it's like everyone in your life is trying to paint me as some fucked up person, as like an evil deity. And now is the point of, this is like the depression arc, where it's like, hey, fuck it, they're right. I am what you say I am. Whatever you say I am is what I am. What's that like? Didn't someone make an album about that? I am whatever you say I am. Whatever, I don't know. I don't know what album that is, or if someone made an album. Also, did I even? I'm trying to see if. Yeah, I don't have the that file anyway of the song I was talking about, because I just checked on that because I completely forgot about it. But yeah. Okay. Had to make sure my stream was still working. But yeah. I lost all my train of thought has just like been annihilated. Oh yeah. The idea of, being painted as a villain, and now it's like not even fighting it. On Judge Me Now, there was some pushback. Like, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. Fuck you. Only God can judge me. Now it's like, no, yeah, you're right. I'm the bad guy. I'm a terrible person. I hate myself. And trying to create this dichotomy, I had to say it. I was like, in my head, I'm like, I said that like 5 times. Should I say it again? And then I thought it would be funny to say it again, so I said it. But creating this division between, trying to be like, yeah, I'm a terrible person. I hate myself. That's why I'm separating myself from that version of me. I am not that. I'm a completely different person. This part of the song right here.
Left out a whole different person. So I go and jump back in and give you all of mine. Or do I leave it here to shrivel up and die? Babe, I'll be right here for you when you decide.
So basically still in that mode of, should I give up or not? Should I keep fighting for this? Always questioning, do I keep going? And ultimately putting it into her hands, being like, it's up to you. Fuck it. I have no control. Basically relinquishing all control of the situation. Willing to take whatever negative consequences, hoping for the best, obviously, but this is a moment of defeat. This is a moment of weakness, of despair, where it's just like, I kind of give up.
I cut off the old me, 'cause I ain't like the way you made you feel. I wish you told me that all the love I gave you could never be felt. It's like you don't know me, but I don't blame you, I don't even know myself. I wish you chose me, 'cause I want you and I don't want anyone else.
I want you and I don't want anyone else. Now, last few songs have been extremely, like I said, straightforward. Now we get into the complex shit. We get into a lot more depth on this one. The second half of the album is insane, where I feel like I tackled the emotions pretty surface leveled when it came to the depression side of things. I feel like it gets a lot more complicated when the mania hits. Because Crash Out is the first song where it's just pure mania, pure anger, pure, I'm going to kill everything and everyone around me. Fuck you, I hate you. Now, this song is the first song that isn't about my ex. That isn't about the situation. It's kind of an unrelated story, kind of. Instead, this is more of a complete transparency. This is a diss track, essentially. That's essentially what it is. Revisiting the topics that I talked about on Back to Square One, all the people on that shit, fuck everybody. The way that this song came about, because it kind of seems irrelevant. It kind of seems like, why would you do that? That's just so unnecessary. But because the two stories are so interconnected, one day, I just kind of blacked out. Blacked out is crazy. I just kind of saw red. I just saw red, and I was like, yo, I'm mad as fuck. And I felt mania. I felt like literally on top of the world. Fuck everybody. And I just had so much hate and anger towards these people. Because it's kind of like I replayed all the events in my life, and I was just like, yo, y'all are pieces of shit. Damn, like, y'all need to die. Like, the people in this song, or the people that I talk about, at one point, I revealed to them, like, yo, I almost killed myself because of y'all. Like, because of the way that y'all treated me. Their response, I shit you not, nobody told you to do that. Gang, you work at Target. I don't know, like, yo, like that. I'm not gonna lie, that shit actually pissed me off, and it still pisses me off to this day because I'm like, yo, it only pisses me off not because of like what was said, but because it's like, oh, you actually are slow as shit. You're slow as shit, and you think that you're in the right. You know what I mean? And so, as you can see, I just got heated about it now. Now, imagine like having this pure thought of like depression. I want to die. I hate everything. I lost a bad bitch. Like, Crash Out is what happens when you. I just realized y'all can't hear it again. My bad. My bad. Give me a second. There we go.
Baddest bitch, boy, don't even ask how. Soon as I heard that news, man, I swear I almost passed out. Usually keep my cool, but losing a bad bitch, man, that shit that make you. Yeah, I ain't scared of none of you bitches, that's on God.
So that's the whole point of the song. The whole point of the song is you're crashing out over losing a bad bitch. That's why it fits into the narrative as well. Because the whole reason why this exists, the whole reason why this anger is happening is from the opposite side of the spectrum. Like I said, the depression. That's what we just went through. Now that shit, the line, oh, we're cool, whatever. Now I'm depressed. Now it's like I'm mad as shit. I'm on top of the world. I'm better than everybody. I'm better than all of you. And so that's when we get into the lyrics. I don't know how much I can say about this shit.
I just showing you mercy. I done lost my goddamn mind, so none of y'all fake ass hoes can hurt me.
Obviously, going into the idea of crashing out, going into like I don't care. I have nothing to lose. Why would I give a fuck? It's up. It's static, bitch. Oh my god, I almost like just said some crazy shit. Like that's the thing I'm saying. There's so many emotions that come with being in a relationship. Also, no, we'll get there when we get there. But there's so many emotions that come or getting out of a relationship, and I wanted to tackle all of it because breaking up with someone and losing the love of your life is not just, oh my god, I'm sad all the time. There's days where you're mad as shit. That's just how it is. And you need, I think, to give a proper story, to give a proper thing of an album, you need to tackle all the elements. And that's also why I say this is like my first real album, because I take all my styles that I've done and just put them all into one thing cohesively as well, I feel.
I done lost my goddamn mind, so none of y'all fake ass hoes can hurt me. Friends turn to enemies so many times. Like a brand new streamer, nobody caring about your lives.
First of all, that streamer line is hard as shit. That streamer line is hard as fuck. Like a brand new streamer, nobody caring about your lives. Come on. Basically, if you don't get it, it's fuck you. Your life is worthless. You are the equivalent of someone who just started stream for the very first time and is unknown. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your life.
Like a brand new streamer, nobody caring about your lives. Catch you on the ropes. Target worker. Yeah, yes, ho, it's the smoke. You can't hide behind your burner. Man, I can't trust a soul that find a girl on an online server. Yeah, I might throw some stones in your whole flock and catch you murder.
That is a line that I love as well. Also, you're gonna hear a lot of talk about burners and Twitter fingers and whatever. That's because that's the people that I'm talking about. That's all it is. It's just talk on the internet in real life. Literally, everyone can attest. In real life, you don't say shit. In real life, y'all are just weird as fuck and just sit there and just don't talk to nobody. You're antisocial as fuck. You live on the internet and you were raised on Twitter, and that's why you have no social skills whatsoever. That's what it is. But this bird line, I like it a lot. I might throw some stones at your whole flock and catch a murder. Basically, I'm killing two birds with one stone, killing multiple birds with one stone, actually, which is the song. The song is the stone, obviously. I keep saying obviously. I need to die. But I might throw some stones at your whole flock and catch a murder. Your whole group, your flock. And a flock of crows is called a murder. And if I throw the stone, I'm killing you. Like, I thought it was clever. I really like that line. In case you didn't get it, that's what it is. I'm going to throw some stones at your whole flock and catch a murder of crows.
Yeah, I might throw some stones in your whole flock and catch a murder. Get out my face, stupid bitch. Can't you see I ain't trying to talk? I might build a career off vengeance, bitch. I feel like Robbie's pops. Man, that Florida water's toxic. Damn, that shit must taint your blood, man. I don't got shit to lose, so why in the fuck would I hold my tongue? Damn, how many times you gone through this and still ain't learned how to trust no hoe? Hey, how the hell you leave your fan behind for a man you don't even know? I'm tired of trying to be nice. You lame ass, fake ass bitches ain't nothing but a joke. Promise you won't find more of my kind, little baby, cause this ain't a regular show.
That's a reference to Mordecai and Rigby. Mordecai, you won't find more of my kind. This ain't a regular show. I think it's a bit of a stretch of a line. I will admit, I still like it. And a lot of the lines, I don't want to get into them because I don't want to make this just a whole like drama video or a whole expose or whatever. But you know, that like a lot of the lines, I'm like Drake, essentially. I say some shit that the majority of people are not gonna understand. Like, what does that mean? But I'm saying it for the people who hear it, who know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. That's essentially what I did with this. And I think the second verse gets rid of that. But first, before the second verse, we have to...
Yeah, I ain't scared of none of you bitches, that's on God. Also Freddy Krueger shit, little hoe, I'm always on your mind.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Freddy Krueger is only he's only in your mind when you're asleep. Yes, he's definitely in your mind when you're asleep. But when you're awake, he's on your mind too. He may not physically be in your mind because you're awake. He can't kill you. But you're thinking about that bitch. You're like, yo, if I go to sleep, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. So that's the point. He's always on your mind no matter what. Whether he's physically in your mind when you're asleep or when you're awake, you are thinking about him 24/7. That's what makes Freddy Krueger such a fucking scary ass villain. Is like there's no escaping him. There's no like fucking Michael Myers shit where you leave him in the fucking desert and then you drive away and you think, oh, I'm good. I'll go to sleep and shit. Maybe he might come and get me, but he's definitely gonna take a while. Like he's gonna take a bit. I can sleep for the night. No, Freddy Krueger is at all times. Oh my god, I'm fucked. I'm cooked.
Ben 10 watch, so I don't need a ton of time.
Ben 10 watch, which is why I added. And then right here. So those were late additions, obviously. They came after, like, I think those were the last things I added. Because I was like, yo, I mentioned Ben 10. When I heard this, it was mostly when I heard this. Because that's the beat. That is the beat right there. And I was like, yo, what if I just added the Omnitrix? Just because, like, I mentioned Ben 10. I got the idea. Like, it just sounded like it a bit. So I was like, fuck it. Let me just throw the Omnitrix in there. It makes sense. Because I mentioned Ben 10 in the hook, and I mentioned Ben 10 later in the verse. I also like this part right here.
Always on your mind. Ben 10 watch, so I don't need a ton of time. I don't even need no gun. Whenever I shoot my shot, somebody gon' die. Crash out.
I love that line. I don't know. I'm sorry. I love it. Crash out. Listen to the damn song.
I'm so tired of all you fake hoes, man. I need some Dayquil. And if your heart ain't scaring away yet, bitch, I promise your face will.
Ugly ass bitch.
That was a lie. Then how does she live in your house? I promise the fate will take care of all the negative energy. God saving boys living with Satan. That's my fault. I'm starting to see a little red again. Hop in the booth and talk my shit, bitch. That's my medicine. You out of touch, ho. You a bitch from skin and skeleton. If I don't fuck with you, then it's fuck what you represent. Ben 10 watch with the Ben 10 bitch. She change exterior to whatever I like. Because I'm tired of all these hoes. I'm sorry, little baby. She ain't my type. And I don't argue with none of these bitches. Pack your shit and get out my sight. She said she can't be my wife. Baby, you read my mind.
So what I said earlier with change your life, where like the idea was to be like, I'm talking about this person that I met, this new person, and then I come to the conclusion, I don't want you. I decided I'm just going to consolidate all of that into 4 lines here. It just fits here. I did the Ben 10 watch with the Ben 10 bitch thing. It's supposed to be, like, okay, fuck it. I got a girl who's willing to do whatever, change into whoever, be whatever I want, the ultimate fantasy girl, whatever. And it still means nothing to me. I don't give a fuck. Get out of here. I'm tired of you, bitch. I don't want just random like women who are only here to satisfy me for the moment or whatever. Like, oh, you're saying you can't be my wife? Good. Because that's not what you were ever going to be. The fuck? Like, that was what I consolidated here. The moment of crashing out, fuck it, mania. I'm just going to go do whatever the fuck, clear or distract my mind from whatever. I'm going to do that. But it means nothing to me. And then that's when we go into...
Oh, I got some greedy shit. I should've cashed out. Oh, I had the baddest bitch. Boy, don't even ask how. Soon as I heard that news, man, I swear I almost passed out. Usually keep my cool, but losing the bad bitch, man, that shit that make you... Yeah.
So, that is essentially what the song is. And I knew I needed to add that last part. That last 4 bars was extremely important because, like I said, this could have just been any other song that I've made. Irrelevant to the album. What's the point of it being on this album? And that's the point right there. If you didn't get it, which I think the idea is pretty clear, it's called Crash Out. It comes right after the most depressing song on the album of like, I'm the villain, I'm the bad guy, fuck it, I hate myself. I'll cut off myself just to be with you, give me another chance. I love you, I want you more than anyone. Into immediately, yo, fuck everybody, I hate all of you, die. I'll kill you. Like, the most outlandish shit. Bitch, your heart is so ugly like your face. Your man don't fuck with you. You work at Target. Like, just the most random, craziest shit. Just the randomest shit. You live on Twitter, bitch. It has to end with, like, it has to be very clear. This happens when you lose a bad bitch. Because that's like, the only thing that went through my mind the entire time I made this song. Is like, yo, losing a bad bitch, really, like, you be seeing the memes. You lose a bad bitch, and that really changes your life. Like, that really fucks you up. That genuinely, deadass, is like the most insane shit you can go through, is losing a bad bitch. That is crazy. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I lied. I would. Only because I know who my worst enemies are. That's the only reason why I say that. Any other circumstance, I would say I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. but I do. Next song, Planet Manic. We're almost done. Planet Manic, I think, is a really good. It is a really good addition to the track list. It needed to go. It needed to stay because Planet Manic is 2 songs, and I think it perfectly represents me changing the battery to my camera because this shit is about to die. Oh God, hang on. Ugh. Okay. Shit. What percent is that at? That shit says 16%, bro. Oh my God. It's gonna be close. I have a third battery, but it's charging. But we'll see. We'll see if I need it. So, Planet Manic is the song that I needed to even out the playing field again. I needed to even out the mental state levels. So we had Cut Off the Old Me into Crash Out into the beginning of Planet Manic. This is like the height of Mania, where I say a lot of shit that's really just like, you cannot fuck with me. That's the attitude I went in with this song. Was I knew what I needed to say was the equivalent of, you cannot touch me. I am on the top of the world. Go fuck yourself. There's not a soul. Oh my God. There's not a soul that can reach anything that I am trying to do. I feel myself so hard right now. All the music I've made, the talent that I know I have. Yeah, like, try me. Try me, see what the fuck happens. And then the second half of the song, which we'll get to when we get there. First, I want to break it down half by half. So we got the first half, which is just an escalation of where we were at with Crash Out.
I was gone for a minute, but now I'm back in it. Had to come with some energy, I'll imagine it. You ain't better than me, you just imagine it. I can't compete cause I'm multifaceted. I be going to the levels that you can't go. I be flirting with the highs that you can't reach. I be playing with ideas that you can't know. And you can never be great cause you're not me.
So, obviously, like I said, talking my shit, you're not me, you cannot be me. The most important line here is this.
I be flirting with the highs that you can't reach.
I be flirting with the highs that you can't reach. That is the most important line, and we're going to get into why as we get to the other halves of the song. But yeah, we have that.
First day, boy, you was raised on, you better pop. I let her move in first day, boy. You was raised on Twitter, so you can't help but hate, boy. You go to bed and dream about my life, you ain't made for it. You talk shit, apologize on text. If you gon' act like a bitch, you better puff your chest. And I don't wanna hear shit, you better hold your breath. I'm on some all-time shit, I feel like Kanye West.
That line is another double meaning. It's not like super double entendre, but basically, I'm on some all-time shit, I feel like Kanye West. Kanye West, arguably one of the best artists of our time. The most influential artist of our time. All-time shit. Legend. But he's a little crazy. And that's the point. That's why I specifically was like, I need to mention Kanye West. It can't be like, I couldn't change the rhyme scheme or mention anyone else. I'm on some, I'm great like whoever, whatever. It needed to be Kanye West because the point I'm trying to make is I'm on top of the world. I'm better than all of you. I'm the best out there. But it had to be Kanye because he's manic as fuck. And this whole thing is just a manic episode. That's why I'm like Kanye West. I'm going through a manic episode, going crazy, feeling myself. That's specifically why I chose him.
Yeah, your life's terrible, face it. Come on, y'all ain't got no weight yet. Y'all not hot like some bad capsaicin.
I love that line. Y'all not hot like some bad capsaicin. Come on, gang. Don't play with me. I'm a lyrical genius.
All of y'all been lame. Good fuck, bad bitch, better stay in your lane.
This line right here is also important. I need to clarify this.
You and me are not twins, we are not the same.
That twins line is a completely different twins from the other one. I'm not talking about my ex when I say that, when I'm like, we're not twins, we're not the same. It is a different person that I'm talking about. That is not related. When I said that, I realized there could be some confusion, but I wasn't going to change it because I knew what I was saying. But just to be clear, there's that.
How the fuck you gonna talk shit and say you was playing stupid, bitch? Everybody say I need to calm down. Everybody try and give a calm down. You're fucking obsessed watching my moves like a hawk now.
Then I love this part.
Who the fuck say you could talk now? Who are you? You fucking delusional. You ain't never seen nobody like me, this shit new to you. You can never reach my level, not fucking disputable. How the fuck you start a roar while no one is losable? If we really going tit for tat on this and that, my bitch so bad, but she can never be a bitch, know that. You missed your match, this shit so sad, you bitches mad. If you want, then we can really go there. Fuck you.
Then this part is where everything changes.
I jump in a fire engine for safety. The ceiling is higher, it's trying to escape me.
That is where the line comes in again, like I mentioned, of I'll be flirting with the highs that you can't reach. Now, as it like the crash comes in, the ceiling is getting higher for me. I'm falling down. I'm losing touch of that ceiling that I'm like, I'm on top of the world. It's literally a lyrical representation of the fall off. No J. Cole. Then we have this part of the song, which this is after the manic episode. You feel on top of the world, and there's that little middle ground, there's that little bridge, you know, where you're normal, whatever. But a lot of the times when you have a manic episode, at least for me, when I experienced it, it's you're on top of the world, you feel like the best thing ever, and then you crash and you're immediately like, you feel like shit. You're back to like, cut off the old me, crash out, Planet Manic, second half of Planet Manic. You're just at the bottom. There is no evening out of the playing fields, and that's why the song is called Planet Manic. You're on another planet, and you feel like you're just like an extraterrestrial. You feel like out of this world. And then you lose it all, and now you're just back to being nothing. You're back to being just a whiny little baby bitch. That is a reference to something that I'm not gonna say because of spoilers. But yeah, that is really the point of this song. And then
all I think about is the highs I can't reach.
So that line starts all three sections. The first half of the song, the little bridge, and then the second half of the song. It's from I'm flirting with the highs you can't reach. I'm already up here. I'm touching it. You can never be on my level, all the way down to like all I think about are all the highs and things that I can't accomplish. I feel like shit, I'm never going to be at that level, you know? And this was a very important song because I don't think there's any, at least for me and the message I'm trying to get through, I don't think there's any other way to get back down other than a crash. It needed to be a crash. And it needed to be in one song. It couldn't be like going from crash out, for example, if I was to do the reverse, going from crash out into cut off the old me. It needed to be one experience that gets you back down from this insane high. Because this level of confidence, braggadocio, I don't know the word. This is like not at all what you see in any of the other songs, in a lot of the songs that I've made. Like, this is some next level mania. And the only way to come down from this is to destroy it in the same song. Is to build something up so high and then knock it all down. And then be at this level where you are nothing. All I see is nothing. I've been waiting on you. Hope you're coming home. That's another motif, I guess, for the album is coming home. And that will be more relevant when we get to Away Home in a few more songs. But then a lot of this song, this half of the song is just back to begging, back to reality, back to feeling like nothing, and retreating to the one person that you felt comfortable with, that you felt at home with, who's gone. The person who started the whole album, the person who was the majority of the album. It took a detour of like, it's like the mania is distracting you. It's not like a coping mechanism. It could be a coping mechanism, but it's not like a healthy one. It's not like something you're using to move forward. It's just straight up like a distraction. And then when it's over, you go back and retreat to the thing that mattered most to you, which is why it's so depressing. And the depression gets even worse because it's like, oh, I'm looking for my safety net. They're gone.
I've been going crazy since I stopped taking all my meds. baby, trying to fix it, but I can't. Fuck how I made you feel, baby, you were always different from the rest. I try everything I can't get you out of my head. And honestly, this whole situation kinda getting out of hand. If I ever break no contact, get in contact with you, would you ever understand? If you just respond back, it'll all act different. If you give another chance to me, baby, I swear I would never lose you again. I swear I would never hurt you.
So yeah, similar themes to Cut Off the Old Me and Beg and Plea. The like begging of like, please come back. I promise I'm a changed person. And a lot of that is intentional. Because I notice these things. Obviously, when I make the songs, I'm like, oh, I'm touching on similar ground to this song or that song. But I think in these moments, it's imperative that I do so. Because that's what reality is. That's what coping and healing and breaking down is. It's revisiting these old things and being repetitive. Being repetitive is a huge part of depression and going through these things. That's why, like, opening up, I feel like it's hard to talk about. It's hard to talk about with people, you know? Like, it's cool to get, like, a one-off conversation. But for like, other people, it's kind of just like oh, you're telling me about this shit that's going on in your life. You're telling me this story. You're telling me, okay, we gonna get to the bottom of this. For me, this is an everyday thing. I think about this shit every day. There's not a single day, a single second, a single moment that passes where I don't think about this person and this relationship and the failure on my behalf and the relationship as a whole and every wrong I've made and every detail, every right that I did that's not being acknowledged. That is a walking, breathing, everyday living moment for me. But you don't want to be that person that's always bringing it up. And then the people that you're talking to are like, okay, I get it, bitch. Stop talking about it. So then that's where I just retreat and I say, fuck it. I'm done. I'm not telling anybody any of this shit because it's not going to fucking matter anyway. Because there's no reason. And by the way, side note, don't listen to me. If you have a problem, if you're going through some shit, talk to somebody. Most importantly, a medical professional who can help you actually like learn how to navigate these feelings. But for me, I'm like, yo, fuck everybody. I'm not talking about this shit. I don't care anymore because there's nobody that can fix this situation. There's nothing anybody can say to me that will make me feel better except for, you know, finding a resolution with the person that it's all about. Side tangent out the way. Planet Manic. Planet Manic, the 2-part song. I'm gonna do like a little recap of the narrative at the end of it. But I just want to move on and get like all the pieces out the way. The biggest lie. Probably gonna take OD long to set up. The biggest lie is my favorite song on the whole album. And I think part of it is because it represents, like, I love deep cuts on albums, and I think this is like the deep cut. It doesn't sound like a hit. It doesn't sound like a super popular one, you know what I mean? It's long, it has a lot of depth to it, and it's anthemic, orchestral in a way. And that's what I love. That's the shit that I love. And I knew I had to get, because this was the second to last song. Before, like I had all these songs track listed out at the beginning of April. I didn't finish the songs, but I knew, okay, this is gonna be this beat, this beat, this beat, this beat, and this theme, this theme, this theme. I knew that. And this was the second to last song for a while. So I knew like this needs to be kind of everything. It needs to be every moment building up to this. And then we got a Way Home, which I'll go into more of my like thought process on that in a second. But yeah, this is my favorite song I think I've ever made. This one, either this one or You Get What You Deserve, which is the title track. And yeah, as you can see, a lot went into this fucking song because it's taking the longest to open up. It's like there's a lot, and you are gonna see my messy ass work station that I could have, like, already you can kind of see like all the shit down here yeah, all this like this shit. And there's definitely easier ways to do this. I promise there is. This works for me and my ADHD ass. So that's how I have it. But the biggest lie. There's so, oh my god, and it's like stuttering because of, okay, whatever. Actually, let me do this. Oh my god, wait. Which one is it? Let me mute it for a second. Okay, so now it'll be a little more on time. So, this song, originally called "Yes, I Did Love You." That was the original name of it, but I didn't like it. I was like, that's not a good name. But I was like, I'll wait until I find something. And this is the reason why I'm just gonna play the hook because I love the hook. So I'm gonna play that right now.
Yeah, I swear to God, baby, you can change my life. I can't ever forget you were the reason why I'm alive. I was supposed to protect you and play my part, I felt inside. Thinking about the pain I caused you, keep me up at night. You say I didn't love you, baby, you know damn well it's a lie. You say it wasn't enough, but on my soul, you know I tried. It's been over a month, I still can't get you out my mind. If you ever love anyone else, I think I'll die. Yeah.
So this line stuck with me so much. Like when I said this and heard it, I was like, oh my god, that's fuck.
You say I didn't love you, baby, you know damn well it's a lie.
That part was so like integral to this entire song. Cause that is some shit that was told to me. This is like a real, like you never loved me. And that stung bad because it's like I know I did and I know I tried. And to hear that back is not a good feeling at all. And I think like the line comes off really angry, which is like I can't say I regret it or that, I'm like, damn, I wish I said it differently. Because like, no, that's how I felt. Like, you said I didn't love you, you know that's a lie. You know that's a fucking lie. Come on, gang. Like before, you know what I mean? And I don't know. That line really stuck out to me, which is why it's called The Biggest Lie. Because that is like the biggest lie that I think you can say is that you didn't love me. You never did, That's such a huge lie to tell. And like I said earlier, the biggest lie, like of all the lies that have been going on through the album, of all the like mania, I'm on top of the world, I feel like the best person, I'm the best, da 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 da, of all the lies of like, yeah, I'm okay that it's over, fuck it, like, hey, as long as you're happy, of all those lies, this the one that it's like, this is the biggest one. You said I didn't love you? Are you kidding me? Now, something I'm really proud of in this song, I'm going to try to get this out before the battery dies, before I have to switch it, is if you look at the words, if you look at the lyrics on Genius, this song, and I think it becomes very clear when you hear this. Yeah, baby, you deserve nothing less than perfect. Throughout this entire song, I reference every other song on the album. I swear to God, baby, you change my life. Change your life. I think we can I can mute. Where's the beat at? I don't even know where the beat is. Here it is. I'll die. Yeah, baby, you deserve nothing less than perfect. You deserve nothing less than perfect. The battery's about to die. For the last few months, I was thinking to myself, does she love me now? Does she love me not? I got just out my mind for the last few weeks on a whole other planet. Yeah. Sorry, I just like blanked out because I'm like, that was a pure just like ADHD moment where I thought I put something in the song or took something out. That was just, okay. Anyway, sorry. Just out my mind for the last few weeks on a whole other planet. Yeah. Planet Manic, and I know it's like, oh, but you just said planet. That's not planet. I was out my mind for the last few weeks on a whole other planet. That's the mania part. Instead of just saying Planet Manic, you know.
I said it already, I say it again, but the only one I will let judge me is God. Tell me.
Judge me now. Let me just follow along so I can just like do this faster. Oh, yep. See, I almost missed one.
I'm a human at heart. I told myself I wouldn't go to fuck. Then I go crashing out again.
Crash out. Right here.
My whole life, you were my everything. Don't let nobody tell you this. I can change. Should I just give it up, let you go and be free?
Be free.
I'ma take the wheel when you broke my heart. And once again, you were everything. I was sure everything. Even if you could so vivid, you and me until the end. Yeah, tell me, how do I go? I know it's deserved.
Yeah.
I know it's deserved, but how could you cut me off and leave me for dead?
Cut me off. Cut off the old me. Sorry.
I picture my life so vivid, you and me until the end.
You and me. And this other one, which I skipped, but because I know I'm a be on my own dick pause about this if I forget.
I mean, not for the last few days, weeks, I gotta get on my knees, begging and pleading, so you don't understand me.
Beg and plea. So every song up to this point, like I said as well, I think just to be clear,
baby, you deserve nothing less than perfect.
Every song up to this point has been stated in the lyrics throughout the entire thing to show like. Because this was the second to last song at one point, I wanted it to feel like a wrap-up of everything. Now, this song as a whole is back to being like level-headed. Because it's the end. It's kind of like you've gone through the down, you've gone through the ups, you've gone back down, you've gone fluctuated like crazy. This is kind of just a reflection song before the reflection song, which is the outro, obviously. So I love this song because it has some of, I think, my best lines in it. I'm going to change the battery before I forget and it just dies. Okay. We're at 84%, so it's good. It should be good for the rest of the stream because we're about to end in like the next 30 probably. But this has a lot of my favorite lines and moments and flows and like.
That shit hurts whenever you look at me like you're so uncertain. For the last few months I was thinking to myself, she love me now, she love me not. For the last few days I've been in the haze, you fuck my brain cause you're all I got. Just out my mind for the last few weeks on a whole other planet. You gotta get on my knees, begging and pleading so you don't understand me. Everyone.
Oh yeah, this is. It also revisits, I think, all the, because it's inherently just revisiting the song names. It's also revisiting the topics as well. So
everyone in your life telling you over and over, I do it again. Fuck everybody feeding you lies, baby. I know who I am. Then I go crashing out again. I told myself I wouldn't go there. I'm sorry. I know they're just trying to look out for you, baby, but fuck, it still hurts. I'm a human at heart.
So this song, I felt the most comfortable saying, "Yo, fuck everyone in your life," because I followed it up with like. I was able to find a way to follow it up with like, I get it. Listen, I understand what they're doing. I understand. But you have to also understand.
I said it already. I say it again.
The line already passed. My bad. You have to also understand I am a human as well. I'm going to react a certain way based on this shit. You know, it doesn't feel good. Like, I can understand it. That doesn't mean I have to accept it. That doesn't mean I have to sit here and just take it like a bitch. Pause. Wait, why did I say pause? Wait, I don't know. Whatever. You can see like the ADHD and shit malfunctioning my brain.
But the only one I will let judge me is God. Tell me that I should just try to be happy. You say to move on. I'm trying as hard. Said to get better with time.
This, okay, I'm gonna let these 4 bars play out because these are my favorite lines on the whole album.
It's hard. Said to get better with time. Sorry, I don't got time for it. Hope I get you back one day. It's the only thing I'm alive for. You and I got that same last name. Don't you think it's a sign for us? Till I have my daughter, you were the only girl I died for. Yeah, I swear to God, baby.
That fucking, yo, when I said that, I was like, oh my God, I almost started crying. Because that's so, until I have my daughter, you are the only girl I'll die for. That, like, it's almost like I couldn't believe I said that. Like, some other fucking being took over my body and was like, you need to say this. Like, this is the line that you have to say. Because that's really, like, because it's like, I thought about it. You know, like, I wanted to get the premise of, like, I would never die for anyone but you. Like, you're the only person I would die for. You're the only girl I'll ever die for. But then I was like, but if I have a kid, like, I'm gonna die for my daughter. Like, I would die for my, yeah. So I don't know. It's like it's hard to explain the process when it's like it just came. You know what I mean? I love it. I love that line, and I love this part of fuck.
Said it get better with time. Sorry, I don't got time for it.
Cause that's like the most cliche thing everyone says. It gets better with time. Time will heal. Time. I don't have time for that shit, gang. It's been like 5 months. I still feel like shit. I feel like shit right now. They're like, fuck time. Heal me now. Let's fix this, or heal me now, or I'm gonna kill myself because I can't deal with this shit. Like that. Oh my god, I hate the it gets better with time shit. And I'm a fucking loser because I say that shit to people too, like, cause it's the default, you know, and it's technically true. Technically, it's true. But then you also think about the times where it's not true, where like time does not heal all wounds. If someone fucking dies, you're not gonna get over that shit. And like even in 10 years, you're gonna be like, damn, that sucks, bro. You're gonna be sad as fuck. Ex dying, ex tentacion, that shit hurt me. It's still like if I sit down and think about it, I'm like, fuck, bro, and that really fucks with me. Jufro dying, that really fucks with me. I'm not gonna talk about like actual people in my life dying. I think it's going a little too far and personal for right now, which is insane to say considering what I'm talking about for this whole whatever. But yeah, second verse. I'm trying to see if there's anything specifically I want to point out because, like I said, everything's kind of standard. Oh, I love this. I love how it ends. Like this part's so good.
Yeah, tell me, how do I go right back to it? Remember you say you want me and that shit had some facts to it. The last few months of us was nothing short of disastrous. Every time you said I love you, baby, it always came with that asterisk. Yeah, I swear to God, baby, you know you changed my life.
That drop is just really good. But I love the verses. I love the incorporation of everything. It really does feel like, it feels like an outro without being an outro. Because I couldn't make this the outro. This could not be like the final song on the album. Because I feel like the final song on the album can't be one that references every other song. Just for me personally. Because I feel like that's some like bonus track activity. You know? I feel like the final song, the final album song needs to really, really be a reflective, meditative track. You know? This outro, a fun fact about it. This is also why I love this song. This is my favorite song. I love this outro. So originally, the outro was, I wanted it to be some like Kanye West chop shit where it was gonna sound like this.
Yeah, I think I die. Baby.
That is not it. That is not it. I wanted it to be like this. Here we go. I wanted it to be like this. It was gonna be like the same shit of you say I didn't love you, baby, you know that when it's a lie, but then the second part was gonna be this. Are these? Oh my god, no, please, 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 please. It's kind of a mess because I don't want to mute everything else. It's a lot. But that was pretty much, it's going to be like, you say I didn't love you, baby, you know damn well it's a lie. You know damn well it's a lie. Lie. It was supposed to be like, you know, some chopped up shit. I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to do it the way I wanted it to. As you see, I attempted it. And so then I thought, yo, what if I just put a bunch of lines from the song just here? And just so you could like really, really hear everything.
For the last few months, I was thinking to myself, she love me now, she love me now. Just on my mind for the last few weeks, on the whole planet. I gave you my everything.
I'll play it again actually. I think it's these. I'll mute these. Okay. So that you just hear the thing.
For the last few months, I was thinking to myself, she love me now, she love me now. I was just out my mind for the last few weeks on the whole other planet. I gave you my everything, even though you could never tell. Until I had my daughter, you were the only girl I died for.
So yeah, I love this song. I love what it embodies. I think it's very vulnerable. It's real. Like I said, I love the lines. I love the lines. I love the lines so much. Because I really feel like I put my heart into the whole album, but like I really feel like I put my heart into this song. I feel like I stopped being afraid of what I was saying and how it might come off, and I just said, let me just say what I have to say. Like how hard of a concept is that? And then the instrumental just is so like,
Yeah, I swear to
I love the like the fucking chant in the back. It's so good. But yeah, this part of the album is obviously the reflective side of it, and it's leaning more towards closure. It's leaning more towards that feeling of, okay, hey, it's all done. I'm like starting to accept it, but let me get my little shit off first. Let me say what I have to say. Let me tell you my truth. Let me tell you my truth on the biggest lie, you know? Let me tell you how I really feel. My throat is so dry, bro. Holy shit. Holy shit. Then we have A Way Home. This song was a last minute addition to everything. And I made it kind of like as a fun track. I wasn't going to put it on the album at first. I was going to be like a bonus track that I released on SoundCloud only and maybe put on streaming platforms later. But I was like, let me just throw it on there because there was moments I loved on it. I will say it's probably one of my least favorites on the album because I think this one does fit the weakest on the track list because this was really an epilogue. Like this was an epilogue song. If I could put it at the end, I would have. But like I said, I needed to end on what it ended on. So A Way Home was supposed to kind of be like this upbeat celebration song of like, hey, I hope you find a way home. You know, kind of like the whole I love you spiel. But so what I did to kind of rectify, or not rectify, but address it as like an epilogue and make it feel more epilogue-ish, was referencing. You've been on a search for hours, baby. I'm almost finished with another album. Cause on the first song, on You Get What You Deserve, or You Deserve Nothing Less Than Perfect, I mentioned there's a line where I was gonna mention it, but I didn't feel the need to. But now I'm like, oh, I should have mentioned it. There's a line where I said, I've been working on an album. I think every song's about you. You know, it's the first song, and I'm like, yo, I've been working on this album, kind of introducing the fact of the album. And then this song addresses it again by saying, baby, I'm almost finished with another album. Saying, I'm almost finished with it. And then the last line before the hook is, guns out, 2 months in and 50 songs later, album's done now. It's like, oh, the album's done. The album is done. And that's why it's like an epilogue-ish feeling, like mentioning, oh, the album is done. There's one more song left after this. But the way that the instruments play out. What you saying that you can't go? How you gonna say it ain't so? If you want, babe, I hope you find a way home. Are you even listening to anything I've been saying? Like the vibe I got from this was just super like chill and upbeat and just like happy. And it fits towards the end. I want to put it like towards the beginning of the track list because of that like upbeat feeling, but it's like when you're at the end of this album, at the end of this cycle, it's like you get a chance to be happy. doesn't always have to end super sad and serious. Like, even though the ending is sad and it's not a good ending, and we'll get to like the ending and the resolution of it all on the actual final track, but even though, not the best outcome, you do deserve happiness. You do deserve those more upbeat moments, even when you're reflecting, even when you're crooning on the song.
You could be my all. I've been thinking about all the ways that I get you back if I could. And all the things we do, it's just me and you, babe, I make you feel good.
Like, it's like a feel good song with hints of like the sadness, because that's what life is at this point. It's the finding the good moments and the times to be happy. But even in those happy moments, you still reflect on the past because you're never going to forget about it. You're never going to forget what happened. You're never going to live that down until, 30 years down the line, maybe. Or maybe you don't. And maybe you live in the past forever. And, it's not a complete story yet. Because especially like the creation of the album and the story is telling is so fresh, so new. It's like there's an uncertainty to like how it's going to end. And a little is Easter egg the right word? I don't know.
Can I tell you something? Ain't no pressure though. I just made a record for you. I know it's unconventional. I just gotta let you know I want you forever, love.
That line, I know it's unconventional. I just gotta let you know I want you forever, love. That part was in a different song. That was for a different song called Just Another Story, which the whole premise of that song was supposed to be supposed to talk about like, yeah, we're over now, and now I'm just a story for you to tell. Now I'm just another story that you're gonna tell your friends about. The same way, you tell me about your exes, and like, yeah, I had this ex that was like this and like that, and I had this ex who was like this and like that. Now forever, I'm going to just be a story that you tell your future partner, your future friends, like, oh yeah, I was dating this guy who did this and that and that. And that's all it is. I couldn't figure out, it was so late in the album's production, I couldn't figure out a place to put it. The beat wasn't that fitting for the album, but I really like this line. Like, this line really resonated with me.
I know it's unconventional. I just gotta let you know I want you forever, love.
Just like the flow, the melody, how I said it. So I was like, fuck it, I have this unused line that I love. I'm going to put it on this new song that's going to be added to the album last second.
Yeah, look at what you're doing to me. Like, honestly, this whole situation getting spooky. I can take you out anywhere you want, let's get some sushi. Please don't play around, go in and act like you never knew me. Is it real, baby, is it over? Cause there's so many things that I never told ya. How I ran out of time, baby, I need more of it. If I can change your mind, baby, know that I love it.
So yeah, this song, it was really just like a moment of freedom. There's not as much narrative to tell with this song, other than it also ties the theme around again of like finding a way home. Come back to me. If you leave, like, are you gonna come back? Being like this centerpiece. That's what the album also leads to. All roads lead to this moment. And yeah, so it's not as narratively impactful because, like I said, it was a last minute addition and it was a celebration almost, just like a moment to have fun, a moment to come up with a new melody and play around with melodies and do something different, And I love it for what it is. But like I said, one of the weaker additions to the track list, and it serves its purpose as just being that, like, epilogue to the story. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's the epilogue. This would also like be, I feel like it sucks because being a nobody streamer artist that no one gives a fuck about, there's like no one in chat to really be like, oh my god, I love this song, tell me about this, how'd you do that, how'd you come up with this, So I'm just kind of going off of what I think is interesting to share, and maybe I'm forgetting some things. Maybe later I'll be like, I should have touched on that. But like I said, as long as I get the lines that I want to talk about out the way, and as long as I recap, like after this song, the final song, once I'm gonna recap the entire narrative just so it's clear and it's in like one timestamp. Like you don't have to jump around and be like, this song means this and this song. Like you can skip to the end and be like, oh, okay, this is the entire album narrative. Yeah, I think that is really all I can do for right now. Now this is the final song. You get what you deserve. That sad ass song I played at the beginning of stream, that I didn't play the lyrics to, just the beat. That was originally the outro. Like I said, it was too fucking sad. It was too sad of a song to put on the album as the outro. I needed to end with something different. I was gonna like get into it, but I want to wait till it loads so I could talk about the process. Because this song, as the outro, I feel like the outro, you have a lot to say. I have a lot to say about the outro specifically. And yeah, very, very important, intense track that I love. I love this song. So let's go. So this song has an amazing hook.
Dead on arrival, felt alive when you arrived one day. Pointless survival, I survive when we all die someday. Thought what you heard of, picture perfect, world is not coming. I can confirm you get what you deserve, I don't deserve nothing. I've been.
So we're gonna go line by line for this. This is like, I've been going line by line for all of them after like a certain point, but this one I really need to go with line by line for. So the hook is first of all, this is the 4th version of You Get What You Deserve. There are 4 songs that I've made titled the same shit as this. There's 4 songs titled this. But this is the one that I landed on because I was like, this outro needs to be perfect. I liked it. I'm gonna play it again because I just need to listen to it again.
Dead on arrival, felt alive when you arrived one day. Pointless survival, I survive when we all die someday. Thought what you heard of, picture perfect, world is not coming. I can confirm you get what you deserve, I don't deserve nothing.
So obviously it needs to have You Get What You Deserve in the hook. It was very important for that. But I really like this because it reminds me of Maybe It's Better This Way. And the hook to that song. And if you don't know the hook to that song, I'll pull it up right now. I'll be honest, I thought it'd be way faster than this. My bad.
You was just my best friend, ain't right? Switch attorney to my ex. I'd be lying if I said I'm wishing you the best.
Right here.
Really, I could care less, cause it's forever fuck you. They say life is a game, if I lose, tell me why would I play? And they say it's a shame, I'm the same, tell me why would I change? Oh, say it's okay, tell them maybe it's better this way. Oh.
So I like that the hook of like, how do I explain it? Just like the idea of defeat, but like accepting the defeat, you know? Like, I'm gonna pull up the lyrics so it's easier to reference. Dead on arrival, felt alive when you arrived one day. Pointless survival, why survive when we all die someday, you know? And it's not saying it in a super depressing way of like, oh, we're all gonna die someday, what's the point of it all? It kind of is. Especially when it comes, fuck what you heard, a picture perfect world is not coming. But it's just really like, I think it's a pessimistic way of looking at things, but I like to think of it as a realistic way of looking at things. And I think that goes to say a lot about my personality and how my mind works, that I see pessimism as realistic, you know? And instead of like an optimistic thing being like, oh no, that's realistic. No, it's saying, yo, what's the point of living if we're gonna die someday? Who gives a fuck? You know? And this is the part of accepting but not accepting. And it's on the last song. Like, I like the last song because it doesn't end with acceptance. There is no moment of, hey, you know what? It's over. I get it. We'll get more into that as the song plays, but because there's a specific moment I want to highlight for that. But there is no real like, hey, I love you. It ends here. Goodbye. You know? I have albums and shit that do like Let Go on Lost in Tokyo did that. Saffron City on Saffron City did that. Of like the yo, you know what? We went through this whole journey on the album, but fuck it. It's time to let go. Goodbye. I get it. It's over. This doesn't do that. It has its moments of like we'll get into it, but it's like it has the moments, but it ends kind of abrupt without a resolution. And that's real. There's not a resolution. There doesn't have to be a resolution to everything. You don't have to force a resolution like shit. If there's no answer, that's it. You're left as clueless as I am, bitch. Be happy. Be like, bitch, as in you watching this, like the audience. You know, not a specific person. But let's get into the verse.
I've been watching old videos of us
Facts.
from my Sony camcorder, man, the purest of all love.
True.
And I know I probably shouldn't, but I can't help but see you blush. I tear up watching you smile at me for the first time in months.
I actually did do this. I don't know why the fuck I did this. I don't know why I did this. But like the day before I made this song, or the night before, I don't remember specifically, but very close. Cause the hook and parts of the verses I had worked on or were completed like early April. But I was like trying to figure out what to say on the song, but I was like, this needs to be the last thing I write. This needs to be, or not write, but the last thing that I complete. Because I don't want to make something and then be like, it's irrelevant. You know, it needs to be the final thing to be relevant to the whole piece. Because I don't want to make something and then after a month and after adding 8 more songs, everything I said is kind of outdated for an outro, you know? I had like everything on this song. The only thing on this song that stayed the same is the chorus and the second half of the first verse. Those are the only things that stayed the same. Everything else I changed completely. Like the second verse had a part. I'll play the second verse part at the end, but it had a part that I really was happy with that I took out because I was like, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit to end the song this way.
I reminisce all on our past, all of those good times that we had. I never missed anybody, nobody else leaving hurt this bad. And I know that you might find that hard to believe because of my past, but this time, no time in a hospital could fix this gas.
So I'm fully aware, you know, when I say like, oh, nobody leaving me hurt this bad. It sounds crazy because I had a whole bunch of people leave my life when I made Back to Square One. Right? Very prevalent on the story. Very prevalent story on the album. No, like this is like infinitely worse. Like I promise you, this hurts so much more. And it's hard to describe. And the only reason why it hasn't escalated to where that point in my life did is because, gang, I'm not going back to the hospital. I'm not gonna. I have too much shit. I have too many bills to pay. I have too much. Like, I just got a job. I'm not going to lose my job just because I wanted to kill myself. Because then it's like, I know I'm not going to pull through with it. I'm a bitch. I don't want to die. I'm scared. And then I'm going to lose my job for what? For a week in the hospital of bullshit. Like, no, I'm not doing that. So, yeah. That's the only reason why it hasn't gotten that point. But, yeah, like I said, the camcorder thing, that was something I did right before the album. Because I think I glossed over that. Or right before this song. And I forget why, but I just saw like these videos. We had a thing of on my Sony camcorder. Do I have it here? I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. Fuck. Yeah. I thought it was here. But on my Sony camcorder, we would record all our moments, our memories and stuff, and I have all of them. And I just watched all of them back and like cried. Because it was just like so pure, and it was a reminder of what we had, and I hadn't heard her voice for a month up to this point. I hadn't seen pictures of her because obviously I avoided everything because I'm like, I can't stomach that. And so just for that to be the reintroduction, it was just like a lot. It was a lot for me at that moment. And it made me happy to see her like smiling and being like, I love you and stuff like that. But it's like, don't reminisce on the past. It's gonna hurt you bad. Unless you're like prepared for that. But
Yeah, and if we just talk one time, then that's the start, babe. We'll disappear and come right back just like the stars, babe.
inside joke.
From days to Chinatown to Tokyo hotels, don't you get it? We ain't supposed to be apart, babe.
That's a reference to us going to Japan. I went to Japan with her in March. And then like 2 weeks later, that's when it was like the friendship was cut off too, and it was like, you know, it's a long, complicated story. It's really long and complicated. But yeah, it's kind of like to show, you know, whether we're in Chinatown or Tokyo, Japan, get it? It's like we're not supposed to be apart, yo. We traveled, we did so much shit. Like, we're meant to be together. Obviously, a straw man. I don't know what the fallacy is, but it's a fallacy to do that. To be like, well, we did so much, we have to stay together forever. It's like, no, obviously not. But a man could hope.
Yeah, I lost myself along the way, but you helped me find my home, a reason to be alive.
Another like home reference. You helped me find my home.
Damn, you with someone else, so babe, don't be surprised if I catch a case of double murder suicide.
If I see you with somebody else, they're dying. We're all dying. Like, fuck it, I'm taking everybody out. For legal reasons and for YouTube purposes, that's a joke, by the way.
Yeah, we was already off to a rough start. So many people with opinions, and I care way too hard.
So this was my attempt at bringing back some of the elements of that unused outro, because I know that was a song that she liked. She liked it a lot because I was raw and open, and I was very vulnerable about us and our situation and about everything. And to be honest, I don't know how she felt when she heard You Get What You Deserve and it wasn't that. It was a completely different song. Because they're titled the same. But then you press play and it's like, oh, this is not that song that I remember. And I never asked because honestly, I was scared of the answer of like, yeah, it kind of made me sad that you changed it, or it hurt, or I was upset, or whatever. Like, I didn't want to know the reaction to that because I'm a bitch. But the second verse here was my way of trying to rectify it by bringing up some of the stuff I talked about. And part of it being, you know, how our relationship, when it started, it was a rocky road because of everything that I said on Back to Square One. People who had opinions, people who are meaningless nobodies with no lives that throw their life away to move in with someone that they just met. Basically everything I said on Crash Out, right? Like, I'm so worried about other people, regardless of like the connection we have. I valued other opinions more than I should have. And it took a toll on our relationship early on that we never fully recovered from. It set like a really bad foundation of everything. And that's really what this verse is about, is just kind of acknowledging, not that it was doomed from the start. I don't want to say it was doomed to fail, because that's pessimistic, and I definitely don't even believe that. I don't think it was destined to fail. But it definitely made it harder. And I didn't do myself any favors by being weak, you know, and not loving us as much as I could have. I'm just going to keep playing the song before yeah,
we was already off to a rough start. So many people with opinions, and I care way too hard. Now I done pushed you away, hurt you, and you still played your part. I swear God must have just sent you to that door right in my heart.
I was gonna keep playing it, but I'll break it into sections. But yeah, to like add on to what I said, it was like I was in a very, very hard time in my life, and I was pushing her away, and I was pushing this person away, pushing my ex away. I was pushing her away and not being fair to her. And this is why it's like it sucks so bad how it went. And it is my fault because after everything, she still fought and did everything in her power. When any other person would just get the fuck out. Any other person would just be like, "This is way too much for me, bitch. Go fuck yourself." Like, you want to die? Cool. I don't want to deal with this. Like, not even like out of to be an asshole, but it's just like, yo, we just relatively in the grand scheme of things just started talking. I don't need to deal with this right now. You're bringing me down with you. Fuck that. But after everything, she still held it down and wanted to be there and support me, and she did everything she could. And I'll forever be grateful for that, and I'll forever hate myself for hurting her and bringing her down how I did, because it wasn't fair. And that's like the going back to cut off the old me. It's like that's not the type of person I am anymore, especially. And I've learned and grown from it a lot, but there are certain things that just happen that break the trust and break like a shaky foundation is always gonna be something you gotta watch out for, even if it does even if it is something that is technically inhabitable. You gotta be careful,
Yeah, because way before I almost killed myself and died, you never once left my side. You sacrificed your health for mine. I see it, then I see it now. I finally opened up my eyes, and now it's way too late to fix. But I ain't trying to say goodbye to you.
So yeah, just going further into the story of like before, like even before, like to clarify. That's why I had to clarify. Even before I got to the point where I want to kill myself, because when I'm in the hospital and you're supporting me, obviously it means a lot. I'm not saying it's like you're doing what you have to do or whatever. I don't know. But it's kind of like that's almost expected in a way. Like you feel that obligation of like, damn, this person almost died. I should be there for them. But even before it got to a crazy escalating point, it's like she was always there and supportive. This isn't just like a reaction to my super lowest moment. This was like a consistent, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be the rock that holds you down. Even if she was chipped away at repeatedly, always held it down and stayed as strong as she could. And I took it for granted. Like, there's no other way to put it. It's just I took it for granted, and I wasn't, I wasn't properly there for her, supporting her as much as she did for me. And then once you notice that, and once you're like, oh shit, I was a shit person, that's when it's like it's too late. It's way too late.
Way too late to fix, but I ain't trying to say goodbye to you. Now I've been trapped inside my room doing this shit for you. While you go live your life and you ain't thinking about what I'm going through. And you try linking with all my friends like that's just normal. And I don't even got a defense cause I was horrible to you. So fuck it, punch me while I'm down. Go ahead and kick me to the curb. And if you got a new man, I hope he shows you what you're worth. But I've been lying if I tried to say it didn't hurt. But fuck it, guess you get what you deserve.
Now, this is the part I was talking about where this is like the acceptance. The fighting and lashing out and being like, fuck, I want to be with you. What did I say specifically? I've been trapped inside my room. Like, I'm making this album for you. You're living your life. You probably don't even care about me or think about me, right? Like, I'm over here depressed as fuck, want to kill myself again. And you don't care. And it's not that you don't care. It's not like you're like, yeah, fuck him. It's just you're like, yo, I'm protecting me. I'm doing what I got to do. I'm living my life. And I get it. And that's when it's like, this is when the final, like, conceding does take place of, like, I don't even have a defense for any of this. Like, you're right. And it's not a you're right in the way, because this is a different you're right than cut off the old me, where cut off the old me is, you're right, I hate myself, I'm a piece of shit, I should die. This is like a, nah, you know what, it's just factually, this is back to being level-headed completely. Or not completely, obviously, when you go through some shit like this, you're never completely level-headed until it's all in the past, you know? But this is finally the moment of like, fuck it. Like, you can punch me, kick me, get rid of me. And, you know, this whole time I'm mentioning, like, if you have someone else, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to do this. Oh, my God, if you have someone else, I'm going to be torn apart. It's like, yo, fuck it. If you do have someone else, I hope they do make you happy. But I can also acknowledge, you know, it hurts. But then, again, counterpoint, I can also admit it hurts. And it is what I deserve. That's what I meant to say, is that it's what I deserve. Now, originally, the song just ended like this.
I can't confirm you get what you deserve. I don't deserve nothing.
And that was it. But, like I said, there was a part that I kept, or that I threw out, which is, oh my God, did I delete it? Oh my God, I deleted it. I deleted it. No. Fuck. Oh, no, I didn't. Is it this?
And I don't even gotta defend.
No, I did delete it. I did delete it. This is a different section. I'm going to try to pull it up here. Where would it be? This? Okay, here we go. So, this was the original ending, or the original ending of verse 2. Also, you could tell it was like supposed to be a reference. This was like a super early version, but this was like the idea.
I can make 1,000 different songs about you and it still ain't enough. I just wanna see you live a life again. Look inside your eyes and see that fire again. I can't believe this is how it is. Think it'd be better off for the both of us if I ended up dead on arrival.
So that's what the original ending was. Now, obviously, I'm like, I can't end it like that. Like, that is not a good ending for the second verse. But I put so much effort and work into it, I was like, I'm keeping this bitch on the song. So I extended this to a third verse. The song was going to be 4 minutes and 30 seconds long. This, I think, would have been my longest song ever. The problem is, 4 minutes and 30 seconds and 3 verses is a lot of shit to say. And I had a lot to say. I didn't have that much to say, because I already said so much throughout the entirety of the album. And it's not that I didn't have a lot to say. It's I had a lot to say, but when they're all condensed into 16 bars each, and then it's broken up into verse, it's hard. It's hard to separate the lines like that. Because it's like, okay, I want one verse to be about this, then one verse to be about this. But if I don't fit everything into this one verse and I have a lot to say about this one subject, then that's it. I can't move those lines to another verse because that verse is supposed to be dedicated to that. It's too much. And there's too much going on. So I deleted the third verse. I was like, fuck it. But I had kept these lines that I recorded. These are like the re-recorded versions of it. But it was like, you know, there were lines here, and I just hadn't deleted them. I hadn't muted them or deleted them. So then when it played back with the beat,
I don't deserve nothing. I think I should be real for once. Take out the mental blocks, admit I did you wrong and fucked you up.
and I was like, what the fuck? Like, that sounded perfect. It was a complete accident. But then I was like, yo, what if I just keep rapping on this bitch? What if I do just end it? Like, I don't let the beat ever rest. I don't let the beat kind of tone out, and then you're just like, wow, like, reflecting while the song ends on what you heard. It's no, I'm going till the very fucking end. I'm going to keep rapping until the moment the album ends. And then this is the verse that I came up with.
Nothing. I think I should be real for once. months. Take out the mental blocks, admit I did you wrong and fucked you up. And yes, I've been fucked up and locked inside my room for a few months. All I've had is me and my thoughts, and yet I still feel out of touch. Despite the way I made you feel, you'll always be my number one. You said I never loved you, that's a fucking lie, you know it was. I'm fucking sorry that I hurt you, know it'll never be enough. Still, if you get what you deserve, I hope what I deserve is us.
And that's what I'm talking about when I say that there is no acceptance on this album. Because the second verse ends with like, hey, you get what you deserve, I get it, we're done, I accept it, go be happy, go live your life. Then the outro comes in, sneak attack, and it's like, actually, I want us to be together. By the way, like, hey, just if there's hope, if we get what you deserve, I hope we can still be together. There is no moment of a final, like, yeah, it really does feel like he's accepted it and he's moving past it, because I haven't. Like, if I don't feel that moment of acceptance of like, you know what, it's over, let's move on, I don't want to fucking move on. So you're not going to move on either. Like, you, the listener, you're not going to listen to this album feeling resolved, because there is no resolve. And I think it's sad, but it's real. Like I said, not everything has a fairy tale ending. Saffron City. Oh my God. I don't remember the words of my own song. Saffron City. Life is not a fairy tale, so life is not a fairy tale, but fuck it, I guess we move on. That's the line, I think. Life is not a fairy tale, so fuck it, I guess we move on. There's no happy ending, it just ends. There's just an ending. And you gotta, like, however, if it's happy, if it's sad, whatever, that's up for you to, like, move on with in your life. So that's the album. Let's go through the journey again. It starts off with basically 3 songs that vary in acceptance. But it's a little early in the album, so it's like you can kind of tell, especially with the hidden like jabs of I want you back. For the first song is less of an acceptance song and more of a this is just how I feel like immediately after the breakup type shit, you know? But the other songs are getting into a mode of, okay, you know, it's over, I hope you're happy, I hope whatever, but like, hey, can we please get back together though? And it slowly dwells into, you know, like early on when there is this acceptance, like being dragged back into it, and She Loves Me Not. You're getting dragged back into the whole thing. You kind of then feel a little hope. You're like, oh, maybe this could work out. Then you get into the prequel, the prelude, which is kind of it's a representation of just like remembering the past. On the last song, I'm talking about like, oh, I'm looking at old videos of us. It's the same premise of you're remembering, oh shit, we had it real good. And then that leads you to fall into this desperate pit of begging and wanting more, and you kind of lose yourself. And you try, there's moments of clarity. There's the moments where you're fine and you're happy and you're like, or not happy, but you're just like trying to be rational about it all, but the emotions are too strong. And they take over and they tear you down, they gnaw at you until eventually you feel so much hatred and resentment, not even for this person, but just for life in general and everything that's ever happened to you. And you start reflecting on the past and being like, yo, how the fuck did I get here? You know? And just the falling down leading to you climbing as high as you possibly can to impossible heights that are unhealthy, and falling all the way back down and crashing before just kind of finally settling. Before settling, getting everything off your chest genuinely, like in the most genuine, like not begging way. You're not, like, you're still obviously affected by everything happening, but you're not as clouded as by depression or mania. You just feel like and you feel like you have stuff you want to say. And then by the end of it, There is no, it's not even a resolution. There's no acceptance. There's never any real acceptance. You get very close, but even in that moment where you feel like, okay, I have accepted it, something sneaks up on you and you question that. You question, if have I really accepted it? Is this really like it? Is this really, And yeah. Um that's the album. I hope this, if you made it this far, if you we're at 3 hours now exactly. If you made it this far, thank you for watching all of this. Um this album was very important to me. I kind of speed ran this in the sense of just mostly going through the album meaning and some lines, or track meanings and some lines and stuff like that, and where they fit narratively. I could do this again, just straight up only talking about the creative process of the lyrics specifically, and the flows and stuff, but I'm not going to. Um but yeah, this album is like my Kenny. It's my baby. It's my child. And it means everything to me. And if you take the time to listen to it, thank you. I will, like I said at the start, I'm probably not going to be a front facing figure anymore, or for a long time. I don't know. But I feel like I'm still going to be releasing music, maybe not as with grand ideas or anything like that, but just doing it because this is my therapy. This is how I cope and get everything out and say what I need to say, and it's what I fall back to a lot of the time. And it kind of grounds me when I feel, like going crazy and doing crazy shit, like sending my ex flowers or messaging her when I shouldn't. Like when you feel like going crazy, how crazy am I? Making music kind of takes all my energy and encapsulates it into one place and just drains the energy out of me to feel, because I put all my feelings into something that gets absorbed. Yeah. And I'm looking at something now. I want to do this now. I've been meaning to do this for a while. I want to do this now. Uh, this album is off the wall. I don't want to throw it out because it's cool as fuck having this on vinyl. Even though the album itself, I don't really like it that much anymore. I think it's strong for what it was. That's a whole different discussion though. Um, the next time you see an album take up that spot, if you ever see it again, because like I said, I don't know if I'm going to stream again or whatever. It will be the cover of "You Get What You Deserve." It will be "You Get What You Deserve" on vinyl, whenever that is. Um, because this album means a lot to me, and if you listen to it, if you've taken the time to sit here and listen to the dissection, if you've listened to it however many times, even once, if you didn't like it, whatever, as long as you lend it an ear, I appreciate it a lot. I love that. And yeah, um, I don't know what's next. I've been isolated self-isolating and just trying to figure out myself and my life and everything, and trying to come to terms with the fucking impossible. Letting go is such an impossible fucking thing to do when you love someone, you know? But I don't know. I don't want to get too much into that. I don't want to. I have a if I have a whole video on my other channel, Jose Third Gen, no spaces, the letter 3 or the number 3, if you're that interested. Um, but yeah, thank you. Especially like I said, especially if you're here watching this moment, thank you. Like that means a lot to me. I love you. And to to the person who will never see this, um, thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for holding it down. Thank you for holding me down. Thank you for putting your best foot forward at times where maybe you shouldn't have. At times where you should have just been like, "Get the fuck out of my face, you piece of shit." Um, thank you for the endless amount of love and support that you've given me. And I'm gonna try to, be strong because I know it's what you would want. And I know what you want is to just move on and for both of us to heal. So I'm gonna try my best. Um, thank you guys. Stream the album or don't. Up to you. And yeah. Goodbye, guys. Kenny says goodbye. Fuck. Say goodbye, Kenny. Oh my god, his eyes are like dirty. Yo. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.